Welcome, welcome. Say hi if you're staying. Thank you for helping me see my worth and leave my toxic boyfriend. We do the happy dance when we hear that. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. So welcome. Are you going to use the no kissing for 3 months dating rule as you go out into the dating world? Hello, love. I am so much happier. Yes, of course you are. Nobody is sapping your happiness. Yes, good. Hello, I love you too. Hello, my loves. Hello. I am worth the wait. Yes, you are. 100% you are. Yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you because I love the emails that I get from women who use this rule. I really do. It's keep me posted. Say, I'm that girl. Keep me posted. Are you going to get no more assholes? Because knowledge is power. What do you think about Tarot TikTok? It keeps popping up on my page because I do cards. I have goddess cards. I do my cards. I will. I'm so excited. Good. Yeah, I do. Seriously, I do my own cards. I do the goddess deck, and it it keeps affirming that I'm on the right track, and it's kind of nice to get that affirmation. Honestly, helped me to improve myself and all my relationships. Wow, I love this. Words of affirmation, guys. Guys, if you want to go leave a review on Google Reviews, I actually put a link up on my Linktree, the Linktree in my bio. There's a button there, it says spread love. If you click that, it takes you straight to a page where you can leave a Google review. If you feel like I've helped you, I would love to see you leave a review on Google Reviews. It's not my relationship, but just curious about your opinion. Okay. My boyfriend is mad at me because I'm afraid of COVID and decided to stay with my family only for Thanksgiving. Well, that's his emotion to own. This guy I'm talking to flirts in front of me. Is he testing me, or how should I take this? So this is what you do. Flirts with my friend. You need to tell yourself this is not the one you want to be with. The one you want to be with does not flirt with other people. If that's who you are, if you don't want to be with somebody who flirts with other people, you don't want to be with this one. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. If you get in a relationship with him, you will be messaging me saying, my boyfriend looks at other girls. My boyfriend likes pictures on Instagram. My boyfriend comments on Instagram models. I found my boyfriend still has the Tinder app on his phone, right? He is showing you who he is. You need to believe it, not create a story in your head based on who you want him to be. He got crazy mad because I asked him to wear a mask around me after hanging out with cousins. That's his to own. How long have you been dating him for? I've been living away from my wife for 3 months. What does it mean when she asked to see bank accounts? I think it means she might be talking to lawyers, unfortunately. By the way, guys, you will have to repost your question a few times in order for me to see it. I'm just saying a few times in order for me to see it. I'm just saying because I see the questions going when I'm talking, but I don't interrupt myself. So do repost your questions and your nice comments too, because I see the questions going when I'm talking, but I don't interrupt myself. So do repost your questions and your nice comments too. If you said something nice, go ahead and repost that too, because I like reading those too. Is asking for reassurance counterproductive? As in, can it be too much? Yes. Asking for too much? Yes. So here's the thing about asking for reassurance. You can ask for reassurance, but then you need to write down what he says. And you also need to write down what he does. What are the behaviors that show you that he loves you and is devoted to you? Write all of that stuff down. The reason why we repetitively ask for reassurance is because we forget all that good stuff. By writing it down, you don't need to keep asking, which means you're not weighing him down. Because every time you ask for reassurance, it's basically him lifting you back up, right? Now, I'm going to give you 20 pounds and you're going to lift it up and lift it up and lift it up. And the first few times, it's him lifting you back up, right? Now, I'm going to give you 20 pounds and you're going to lift it up and lift it up and lift it up. And the first few times, it's easy. But if you lift 20 pounds 50 times in a row, it gets harder. And this is what you're going to do to him. You're going to make it harder to lift you up, and he's going to start feeling frustrated. He's going to start feeling hopeless. He's going to start feeling helpless, because he's going to start feeling like what he says and does doesn't compute, therefore doesn't matter. Therefore, he doesn't matter. And that's not a sensation you want to give somebody who's a good man. Oh, did it freeze up there, you guys? My coworker and I were talking today about how amazing you are in videos. You guys, I love this. I love it. Vicky, Icky, thank you. I hardly ever see dating advice directed towards men. See, here's the thing. How's my dating life? I'm married. I am helping men. This is how I view myself, helping men. By helping women understand men better and become the emotional leader, because men aren't looking for me for guidance. Men are looking for the woman they're interested in. They look at you and they go, okay, how's this going to go? So by me teaching you, I am helping men in a secondary way. That's how I see it. What do you guys think of this? I just figured I'd ask about my bank account. She kept asking if I was hiding something. Yeah. None of them respect me. I'm starting to break. Am I crazy? I don't think so. Can a relationship work after a breakup? Only if you redefine your next relationship and it's a level up and they love you enough to level up. But if you don't do that and you guys just keep going back to the same thing, you will fight over the same thing, you will break up over the same thing, and ultimately you will get sick of the same thing and never reconcile. Broke up with my boyfriend. He won't accept his mistakes. His ego is that big, or he never loved me. Probably ego, my love. I think men don't like women. That's not true. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just Chris. Why won't my ex catch up with me or talk to me? If I'm the girl who ended it, does he not want to... What? Oh, why won't he catch up as in like level up? Sometimes it's ego. Sometimes they just, like when my husband broke up with me, I said, that's it. Like that's it. I'm done fighting for us. I'm done fighting for us. And so I got over him and I redefined my next relationship, and he wanted to get back with me. And I said, no. And he kept calling and texting me to try and convince me that I was wrong to feel the way I was feeling and think what I was thinking and not want to get back with him. And so I told him he had to stop texting and calling, and if there was anything he wanted to say to me, he should write it down and maybe I would read it one day. And that's probably the smartest thing I've ever done, because he started journaling, and through the process of journaling did a lot of self-discovery and a lot of realization. And he realized that there was things that he was actually wrong about, and it broke down, like it broke through his ego, right? And that was amazing, because he came to me not saying you were so wrong, saying I realized where I was wrong. And that was what started me reconsidering getting back with him. We're about to get married and suddenly I have the ick and I'm worried. What should we do? The ick? The ick? What's the ick? How do I know if my SO is too needy, or I'm too emotionally detached. You see, here's the thing, that's really broad. And I'm much better when I dive into behaviors. That kind of a broad question, if that's weighing on you and you're really wondering about this, we need to do a one-on-one coaching session, because I need to delve into who you are and what you do, and I need to delve into who he is and what he does. But that is, for me, as a behaviorist, too broad a question, because, I'm all about what's the behavior that, you feel is having a negative effect, so that I can tell you what behavior you need to do to change that. That's my assistant. Yeah. Do you think everybody needs somebody romantically? Fundamentally, yes, but as we know, in everything there are always variations, right? So generally speaking, we are all designed by Mother Nature to seek a mate, because generally speaking, Mother Nature designed us all as creatures with a drive to procreate. And so that procreation drive is what has us, Mother Nature designed us all as creatures with a drive to procreate. And so that procreation drive is what has us seeking a romantic partner, so that we can make the baby that's going to continue the species. Because if she didn't hardwire that into our DNA, you and I wouldn't be here today. Asked my boyfriend if we were over and he ignored me. Now what? Do I just move on? Yep, move on. Yes, move on. How are mate-seeking behaviors programmed? How are they programmed? How are they programmed into every single animal on this planet? How is it programmed? How is mate-seeking behavior programmed into every single living animal on this planet? That's the question you're asking. Do you realize that? We're good friends, always been each other's dates for events. Now I'm catching feelings. Now what? Have a conversation, my love. That color looks good on you. Thank you. Ask my boyfriend if... okay, so I answered that one. If your husband isn't working, would he join you? Right. I know. I want him to. Let's see what he says. Do you guys have a question for my husband? Like feeling like everything he does is annoying. Has not been helpful. It's frustrating. You need to fix that shit, my love. You need to fix that shit. You are engaged for a reason. You are engaged because you love him. Right?
Your call has been...
It sounds like hubby's busy. What if babies aren't a priority? They're not a priority for me. I got my tubes tied. So there are always variations, right? So for me, I don't have a drive to make a baby, but obviously, on this planet, most living beings do. When you call us my love, my heart goes. I love that. I'm his side because he's dating a girl, non-exclusive. Time to let go. Yes, time to let go. If you want a relationship with somebody who doesn't want a relationship with you, you need to let them go. Because you need to say to yourself, I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who isn't in a relationship with me, which is where you are right now. And you are thinking you want a relationship, but you are attached to somebody who doesn't want a relationship with you, which means you are getting in your own way. You are keeping yourself from having a relationship because you are allowing yourself to be attached to somebody who doesn't want a relationship with you. So if you want a relationship, you have to get out of your own way and cut. So if you want a relationship, you have to get out of your own way and cut what is keeping you from moving into. So if you want a relationship, you have to get out of your own way and cut what is keeping you from moving into that. Me and my ex are living together, raising kids. What advice do you have for us to come together? So grab Fix That Shit. I get parents who are co-parenting to read this book, because what you need is cooperation. What you need is to be a united front. Even though you guys are separated, your children still need to see you as a united front, which means you need to get along, which means you need to, what's the word I'm looking for? Model. You need to model functional behavior between two people who make children, right? Because your children are going to go out into the world and choose a partner to two people who make children, right? Because your children are going to go out into the world and choose a partner to make children with. And if they don't see two people who make children, right? Because your children are going to go out into the world and choose a partner to make children with. And if they don't see how parents are supposed to interact with each other properly in a functional way, then they're going to be dysfunctional when they have their kids, and on the cycle goes. So you need to make sure they see functional parenting, functional couplehood. Even though you're not together, you still need to work together in a functional way. So do grab Fix That Shit so that you understand how to be the emotional leader in your household. Every household revolves around the mother. Believe me, if there's love, right? And listen, my husband will always have a measure of love for the mother of his children, right? And because she made his babies, she made the babies he wanted to bring into the world. So there's always going to be a measure of love for her. And so you guys are always going to have a measure of love for each other, and that's okay. And you need to show that in a functional way and have it trickle down to the children in a functional way. What's his favorite thing about you? That's a good question. That changes, by the way, because every now and then, so somebody asks, what's my husband's favorite thing about me? And when him and I were first together, I'd ask him that, and he'd say, how affectionate you are. And a couple years ago, I asked him that, and he said, how smart, motivated, and driven you are. Hello. So yeah, actually, I'll ask him that again. What's his favorite thing about me? I never get tired of asking him that question, by the way. So we'll see. He's going to see that I called him. So we'll see. We'll see when he calls me back. He might be in a mood to chat. We shall see. What do you guys think of him joining me with a mask on? Have you guys seen that? What do you do if they won't apologize for hurting you? Response is, sorry for how you feel, not what I did. So here's the thing. You need to let go of whether or not they're apologizing to you, and you need to focus on whether or not you are taking responsibility for everything you do wrong. Because expecting something you're not modeling is not functional. You need to lead, you need to show, not demand, right? So are you doing the 3-part apology for everything you're doing wrong? And have you caught up, by the way? Have you done a 3-part apology for everything you have done wrong? If the answer is no, then you're asking for something you're not doing, and that's not fair. My number one relationship rule is it's not fair to ask for anything you're not willing to do first. If you want apologies, you need to model proper apologies. If you don't know how to do it, you got to fix that shit. Where is it? It's in the living room. Unless I have 2 copies here. No, I don't. Oh, it's right here. There we go. You need to fix that shit. You need to fix that shit. So, a 3-part apology is I'm sorry for and your behavior. Look, if you guys had a fight, which was fire meeting fire, is I'm sorry for and your behavior. Look, if you guys had a fight, which was fire meeting fire, you take responsibility for your fire. You take responsibility for the fact that you reacted. Even if it was a reaction to him, you take responsibility for the fact that you reacted. I'm sorry for the behavior. I could have done better. I realize that this is how it affected you emotionally. This is my plan for not doing it again. I'm sorry for yelling back at you. I realize that it just escalated the situation and made you feel more angry and frustrated. I'm going to start meditating so that I am not reactive when you become angry. What if you do model proper apologies and have been, but they still don't? So if you've been doing this for 6 months, if you've done everything in this book, and I mean everything, because it's, you can't make a stew with just meat. If you've done everything in this book for 6 months and they are not responding, it means they love dysfunction more than they love you, and this is when you leave behind. My son is manipulating both his father and I in a co-parent relationship, lying. What do you suggest? Well, it sounds like he's being normal. Because when I asked my mom if I could stay up and watch the Christmas special and she said no, I then went and asked my dad. So, by the way, lying is also very normal for human beings. It is coded into us. It is a social lubricant. If we were 100% honest at all times, we would hate each other. We would never be able to stand each other's presence. So know that. Now, how do you deal with lying? You have consequences for it, but don't make the consequences bigger than the act itself. It turns people into horrible human beings. So the consequence has to be equal to the depth of the lie, right? It's, I asked my mom, she said no. I asked my dad if I got grounded for a month for that. What does that tell me? It tells me that it doesn't matter how big or small I transgress. It's always catastrophic. So it doesn't matter if I transgress. Right? So you always have to make the consequence equal to the scope of the lie. His dad's choosing his side and not hearing why I say no, or hold him back on activities. Why do you want to hold him back on activities? Activities are healthy. We need to do activities. Activities are, they're good for mental health. They're good for physical health. They're good for socializing. I can't tell if there's something wrong with me or my relationship bringing me down. So what you can do, my love, is graph fix that shit so that you can deal with the 2 problems simultaneously. So fix that shit is going to help you deal with any like relationship angst that you have, but also do things to alleviate depression. Take vitamin D, minimum 4,000 units a day. Take 5-HTP, get the 100... I see. Get the 100. So, it sounds like you guys have split households. So it's going to be one thing at your house and one thing at his if you and his dad can't come together and, agree on a punishment that's going to travel from one household to the next. So for depression, vitamin D, 4,000 units a day. 5-HTP, 100 gram or whatever pills, as per the instructions on the bottle. Healthy whole foods, because serotonin is made in your gut. Make sure you go for walks. It increases oxygen in your body. That reduces inflammation. Inflammation creates depression and anxiety in the brain. And make sure you start meditating. And so do all this together. And, if it's one or the other, and listen, relationship problems bring you down. So fix it all at the same time. What are 5 main points for a healthy relationship? Good question. Make sure you're meditating. Make sure that you are having conversations in your head before you have them out loud. You know your partner well enough to know how they're going to respond. So have the conversation in your head, follow it through, see if you come to a conclusion. So that's 2. 3, come with a solution, not with a problem, which means you have to think about it long enough to come with a solution, not with a problem. Resist your impulses. So don't say things until you think about them. And the things that you do say, make sure that they are positive and not negative. So lips shut, until you come up with something positive instead of a negative. Saving money for counseling. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. He says he doesn't want a future with me, but he won't leave me ever. What does he want? Sex. He wants sex. So basically he's saying, I don't want to be with you, but I don't want you to be with anybody else. So he's holding you back from having a relationship. You should not let that happen. It will happen as long as you let it happen, which means it is your responsibility to cut him off and block him. If you don't do that and you continue to see him, understand that you own your issue with this problem, because the control is yours. It's not under his control. You say this like you have no agency. That's not true. You say this like you can't make a decision about it. That's not true. You can say, I'm done with this because I want a relationship and you don't. Therefore, I can't see you anymore. I don't want you to contact me. If you do, I will block you. I love it when you guys love that. My ex reached out a week ago. He said, thank you for everything. What are his intentions? You know what? It could simply be that, right? Like, men are simple. They're not complicated like we are. They say what they mean what they say. So he had a moment where he was thinking about, your history together. He's like, I appreciate the memories. I appreciate the lessons. That's all it is. If you reach out to him and try and rekindle something, you may be reaching out to somebody who's still interested in having sex with you, but not interested in a relationship. He did not say in any way, shape, or form that he's interested in rekindling anything. So I would leave it there. He said, thank you. So accept the thank you. You can accept it without saying anything back. You get to ask yourself, what do I want? If you don't want to go backward, don't go backward. If you're wondering if he wants to start a relationship, don't even talk to him until you've redefined your next relationship. And you can say, I'm sorry, but the man you are is no longer the man I want to be with, because this is what I'm looking for and this is not what you are. Never go backward. Always go forward. But you got to be clear. Got to be clear. I would not be where I am today if I hadn't said those exact words, because I redefined my next relationship. How do you feel about baby mama sending pics to my man? What are the pictures? If there are pictures of the babies, that's fine. If she's holding the babies, that's fine. If it's pictures of her, that's not okay. I'm afraid to tell him I got feelings because we're good family friends. What if he doesn't feel the same? It's up to you. It's up to you. If you fear rejection and you're too afraid of rejection, because what if? So you're never going to disclose this, because what if you can't take that leap, then don't take the leap and always think what if. Or you could say, well, I'm going to be honest, and if he rejects me, he rejects me. I can bounce back from that. It'll be embarrassing, but it's not a problem, right? So choose your path. Are you going to be courageous? Because listen, there is not a single path that doesn't include falling flat on your face every now and then, okay? The path that I walked on my way here right now, talking to you guys with over 360,000 followers on TikTok, included me getting up on a stage and forgetting what I wanted to say, and having a silence that lasted so long while I stood there with the microphone having no idea what to say that half my audience walked away. It's okay to fail forward. It's okay. You got to have the courage to get up and go, hey, what happens, happens, but at least I tried. What is a good woman like? I know it's a bit ambiguous, but what is a good woman like? No, it's not ambiguous at all. In fact, there are seven traits. There are 12 character traits you need to look for in a man. There are 7 traits a man looks for in a woman. So it's really not ambiguous at all. It's confidence. It's a touch of femininity. It's confidence. It's a touch of femininity. You don't have to be dolled up all the time. You guys see me dolled up because I put a little bit of effort in for you. But not like 95% of the time I'm in pajamas, no makeup, and usually I haven't even washed my face. So, or combed my hair. And my husband makes out with me, even wash my face. So, or comb my hair. And my husband makes out with me because he loves me. But we go out every now and then, and I'll have the mascara on and a little bit of blush, or we'll do a night out, and I'm like dolled up, and that's good for him. He's happy with that. So a touch of femininity. Being independent, so being able to conquer your shit, because listen, if you're looking for the right man, he's fucking conquering his shit. And like attracts like. He wants to see you conquering your shit. But also, there's at least one thing he can do for you that no one else can, that you need him for something. And at the very least, it has to be, I need you to put your arms around me and tell me everything is going to be okay when life feels difficult. That's the very least you should be needing from your man. My man is that, and also the spider killer. Should my sister give her ex of 9 years her new phone number, hoping he changed in a few years? Nope. No, don't hope. Don't hope. Forward. Look forward. We are all easy to find on social media. We are all easy to find. She doesn't need to give him her new number hoping that he'll change and contact her. And by the way, she should be redefining her next relationship. My boyfriend said his favorite thing about me is I am always goal-driven and don't give up after failing. Exactly. Ooh, he sounds like a confident man, and he loves confidence, right? Good stuff. Sounds like a good man. That's a good thing to admire about you. Can't tell if I should leave my relationship to better myself, or it has nothing to do with my... I would fix that shit and figure it out through doing what's in there, because I do teach you how to manage your emotions, right? I broke up with my ex and ghosted him. I can't stop thinking about him. That's because you keep thinking about him. If you want to stop thinking about him, you need to redirect your thoughts. You need to be conscious with your thoughts. You need to grab no more assholes and take control of your own brain. Because that's what I teach you, no more assholes. Guys, I am a behaviorist. I'm a social scientist, sociology, psychology, anthropology, biology. I teach you how to get yourself under your control, because I don't want you getting in a relationship with a guy who plays you like a puppet. So if you want to stop thinking about your past relationship, grab no more assholes, because I teach you how to get your mind under your own control. Relationship, grab no more assholes, because I teach you how to get your mind under your own control, so that you get into a relationship with somebody who goes, look at you. What is a real man in a relationship? So hardworking, loyal and devoted, makes you laugh more than anybody else, practices the 3 Ps, protect, profess, provide. There's also 12 character traits. Those are in No More Assholes. You read No More Assholes already, so have you started meditating? Have you defined your next relationship? Are you redirecting your thoughts when you think about your ex? Have you done the fuck you mantra? What if my boyfriend says he gets bored talking to me? Even though I try really hard to talk to him? Ask him, wow, okay, that's an interesting thing to say. So what do you feel we should be talking about? Interesting. Happy Thanksgiving. Can you list the rest of the 7 of a good woman? I'm curious. No, my love, they're in No More Assholes. I can't give out all my secrets. I can't give all my secrets, but you will find them. You will find them. If you go to my YouTube channel, you will find them on my YouTube channel. I probably made a podcast about it too. I can let go of his mistakes, but he can't let go of mine. What do we do? How to move forward? So you have a conversation with him, and you say, when he talks about the past, you say, that is irrelevant to me. I am in the present moment and I am happy and I'm looking towards the future with optimism. If you don't come into the moment with me and you stay stuck in the past while I keep moving forward, I will leave you behind. And that's not what I want to do because I love you. But it's up to you. The thought of dating again is unthinkable at this moment, then don't do it. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. That's the beauty of life. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. We do have free will. I feel like I'm falling in love with my boyfriend. Ooh, should I say it first? How long have you guys been together? I would look for signs, right? Like, look for signs that he's falling in love with you. Look for googly eyes, right? How do I ask a more mature woman? I don't want them to think I'm too immature for them. Interesting question. 3 months. I'd give it another 3. Men take, like males initially, it's like a physical infatuation, right? And for them, they need to go past the physical infatuation. They need to let that die. It's called the honeymoon period, right? 0 to 3 months is the honeymoon period. Give it another 3 months after the honeymoon period to give him time to, like, for the chemicals to wear down and for him to go back up into his mind, because right now he's all in his body. And so give him time for his body to settle down. Then he's going to go up into his brain and he's going to start assessing you more with his brain than with his physical desires. And so now he's really going to start feeling you rather than feeling, right? Because that's Mother Nature's procreation drive. It's not, and I'm not saying he doesn't like you for who you are, but I'm saying that's the overwhelming sense right now, is the procreation drive. Let the procreation drive calm down a little bit, and then he can go more into his brain, and the brain feeds the heart. So let him see you past the honeymoon stage for 3 months and see, how he's feeling you. And again, look for the googly eyes, but I would say give it another 3 months before you say I love you first. If he says I love you between 0 and 6 months, great, say it back. You're ready, willing, and able to say it back. You'll say it back on the spot, which will make him happy, because when we say it, we want to hear it on the spot. But give him 0 to 6 months to say it first. And if he doesn't, say it at 6 months and see what happens. But I do hope that you guys have had a discussion already, that you're both looking for a committed relationship. His replies take forever, no matter how many times I address that I don't like it. What do I do now? So here's the thing. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. He's showing you who he is. So either you accept it, and so you say to yourself, well, this is how he is. I'm not going to keep getting upset about it. I'm going to accept it. But if this is unacceptable, then this is not the person for you, because this is who he is. So you have a choice. Break up with him and find somebody who replies faster, or accept that this is how he is. He's not ready for a relationship because he's been single 4 months. I feel like he's worth waiting. No, do not wait for somebody who says you're not ready for a relationship. They're telling you they're willing to have sex with you, but not willing to commit to you. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't put yourself in limbo for somebody who's not, like, he's telling you straight out, I'm not gonna. When guys say I'm not ready for a relationship, they're saying not gonna. So don't put yourself in limbo for a not gonna. Don't do that. Move on, and get out there and meet people and date. But this is not it. I want to get a huge fish tank, but my girlfriend doesn't want one. What do we do? Why doesn't she want one? Right? So get the whys. Yes, we have. Thank you. Get the whys. Good. You're welcome, my love. Get the whys. Get the whys. He introduced me to his kids. Is that a good sign of commitment? Yes, it is. Yeah. Still do the no kissing for 3 months dating rule though. So here's the thing. She doesn't want a fish tank. Get the whys and see if you can be like, okay, so I understand that you don't want this because of this. Hello from Argentina. That's awesome. You don't want this because of this. She thinks fish are weird, but they're cool. So show her some videos of like, because I know fish are cool too, right? Like I know somebody who had a fish and like the fish would always come to the tank when he came home. He'd put his hand in the tank. The fish would like be petted, like it would come under his hand to be petted. I just saw a video of a trained goldfish. The guy, it was like you know how they do agility for dogs? They do like the agility course. It was like an agility course for a goldfish. It was really cool. So show her videos of fish being cool, fish being affectionate, fish being interactive with people, and say, check this out, babe. Like fish are actually really cool. Like don't just tell her, show her. And then show her the kind of tank that you want. Like just get really visual with her. First show her the videos to change her mind. Fish are really cool. And then show her the kind of tank that you want. And, you know, do like a mock-up of your place and where you would put it. And say, like, don't worry. Like, I will do all the care for it. And then show her some studies also that show how fish are actually very relaxing. And they lower your blood pressure. And they put you in a better place. And they really help with mental health. And just make it super cool for her. And just like... this is going to be so neat, and it's not going to be anything on you, and I'm going to do all the care for it, and it's just going to be something that you're just going to enjoy. You're welcome. Are name calling in a cute way a form of affection? If you guys are okay with it, right? If you guys are okay with it. Did you say no kissing for 3 months? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Don't commit to a stranger. Don't commit to someone you don't know. That's called kiss to see where it goes. That's how you waste time. As a dating coach, I teach see where it goes and then kiss the right one. What are your thoughts on vasectomy at a young age? I had my tubes tied when I was, 31, 32-ish, 31, around there. You know, if you're sure, go do it. If that's what you want, you are 100% sure, go do it. Hello, Dulce. Hello, Dulce. When you forgive someone but they repeat it again, how do you avoid bringing up the past? It depends on the behavior, right? I don't know exactly what you're talking about. I asked to be told when he's at a girlfriend's house, but he doesn't. And then gets mad if I ask. Am I asking too much? I don't really think so. Like, you know, like I don't know why my husband wouldn't tell me, like why would it be hard to tell me when he goes to a friend's house, right? Like my husband's gonna go see his mom on Sunday. He told me. Now he told me today. That's early. Usually he doesn't tell me so early. He might tell me the night before. He might tell me the morning of, but he has no problem telling me. So why the problem telling you? How can I pass my depression? How can I get past my depression due to separation with my girlfriend? So here's how you deal with depression. You got to take vitamin D, 4,000 units a day, 5-HTP. You're going to find this with the vitamins at the pharmacy. Get the higher dose and follow the instructions on the bottle. Make sure you go for a walk every day. It increases oxygen in your body. That reduces inflammation in your brain. Inflammation in your brain is depression and anxiety. You also need to eat whole foods because serotonin, which is your body's natural happy drug, is created in your gut. You also need to start meditating. I think I've outgrown my relationship. I'm scared to leave and never be able to talk to him again. You can't let fear get in your way. You cannot, thank you. You cannot let fear get in your way. If you let fear get in your way, you stay stagnant. If you are willing to get through uncomfortable situations in order to grow, then you will achieve what you want. That's what I like to know too. Thank you for answering. Yay. My man is very secretive. He doesn't think he should tell me where he's at or what he's doing. So that can go both ways, right? Sometimes it's because they're shady. Sometimes it's because they're shady and not trustworthy and you need to dump the motherfucker. Sometimes it's because he has an ego. He doesn't want to have a parent-child relationship. He's saying in his head, you're not my mom. I don't need to ask permission. I don't need to tell you where I'm going. I don't need to tell you what time I'm going to be home at. You're not my mom, right? And so it's listen, men very much do the don't tell me what to do thing. It's a knee-jerk, inner child, don't tell me what to do, right? Seriously, you guys. Oh, don't tell me what to do. Like, it's just... So, the question is, do you have a trustworthy man who's having a don't tell me what to do reaction? Or do you have a trustworthy man who's having a don't tell me what to do reaction? Or are you with a shady man? That's what you got to figure out. He tells me I shouldn't have or want guy friends. Thoughts? He sounds insecure. And I would not be with somebody insecure. I had a boyfriend who every time I would go and have a hot chocolate with a male friend, when I came home, he'd go, oh, so you're spending time with your wanna fuck you friend? That was an insecure guy. By the way, he was also the same guy who was hitting up other girls, who always made female friends. And when I came home one time after visiting my mom for the weekend, there was 2 towels on the towel rack. So yeah, definitely that wasn't the only clue. Definitely cheated on me. So he gets to go. That one gets to go because you want to be with a confident man. A confident man says, I'm confident in my choice in partner. I'm confident that my partner is devoted to me. My partner can make her own decisions. My partner is an individual living her own life. I don't control my partner, and I don't want my partner to control me because I am making my own decisions and living my own life, and I am trustworthy, and I want my partner to be confident in her choice in me. So this one either needs to level up and become more confident, or he got to go. What are some tips for dating a divorced father? Accidentally got vitamin D3 instead of D2. That's okay. That's totally fine. So here's how you date a divorced father. By the way, don't hit on me because I will block you because I am married. So here's how you date a divorced father. First of all, if he's a good man, this will be the most difficult thing you will ever do, but he is worth it. He's worth it. So if he's a good man, yes, you do want a good man, until the youngest one is 18 years old, you come dead last because work always comes first. It pays the bills. Then the kids come first. Then the baby mama, and then you. Baby mama comes before you because baby mama needs to work with daddy to make the kids happy, and they are focused on making the kids happy, and he's very focused on making the kids happy, which means he's focused on making her happy. Dr. Bing, hello. So this is a sacrificing one marshmallow today for 2 marshmallows tomorrow. So until the youngest is 18, you come after baby mama. But once the youngest is 18, he's like, mama. But once the youngest is 18, he's like, whoo, I get to take her off the roster. Time for me now. Because he's not focusing on her because he wants to. He's focusing on her because he's focusing on them. But once they become young adults, they don't require so much focus. And now he gets to focus on you because he wants to. And he will appreciate that you've hung in there for this bumpy ride. Are the things you mentioned for depression natural? Yes, very natural. Oh, I hate when it does that. Yes, very natural, my love. Interesting content. Thank you. How can I be there for my boyfriend going through extreme burnout and lack of aspiration? Lack of aspiration. Can you define the behaviors that look like lack of aspiration? Are they just not in what? Into. Ooh, okay. So does it mean they're not into if they're wordy with a text but don't want to call or video chat? So here's what you're going to say to him. You're going to say, I really love chatting with you, but I hate having my face in the phone all the time. So how about we have this conversation on phone or FaceTime? So when it starts getting into a conversation, say that. If they don't want to have that conversation on the phone or FaceTime, they're not going to take up your time, right? And that's what I don't want you to be. I don't want you to be a time filler for somebody. I'm doing fine. I should not wear a shirt with white. It makes it harder for me to read the text. But I don't want to change my top because I really like this one. Hi, everybody. So many people watching tonight. Hello. Can you help somebody depressed when they don't seem to want to get out? No. Hello from Lebanon. Hi. That's super fascinating. I love that. Doesn't know what he wants to do for his job, just generally isn't in tune with himself, I guess. So what you can do is see if he's interested in reading custom made. See if he's interested in like finding out what his purpose is. Custom made is going to help him if he's interested in helping himself. Oh, hi, my love. Just bought the session package. I saw that and you booked your appointment. I saw for Saturday or for tomorrow. Yeah, so your first appointment is tomorrow at 11:15 Eastern time. I'm looking forward to it, my love. Good. So my daughter is self-harming. Where do I start? Get her into therapy. This is where you start. Get her a session with a therapist. If she doesn't like that therapist, get her a different therapist. If she doesn't like that one, get her a different one. Keep seeking someone out until she finds somebody she likes. She has internal pain and she's trying to find a way to deal with it, and this is her way of dealing with it. Before we had the term cutting, this is what I used to do when I was 19 years old and I was in, my first serious relationship after leaving home. And home was abusive because I had an abusive mom. So no surprise, I chose myself an abusive boyfriend. And I was miserable, but I didn't leave because it was familiar, right? And so in a dysfunctional way, that's what I felt I needed to stay with was the familiar. And so in those moments when I was miserable, I would take my nails and I would rake it down the inside of my arm. I didn't understand what I was doing. I just understood that it helped me feel better. Now looking back on it, I realized it was what we now call cutting. And so she needs to talk to somebody. She needs to learn to externalize her pain. So find her somebody that she likes to talk to who can help her. Um, so something that you can do too, Mom, is encourage her to start meditating with you. So, this is what you can do, okay? There's a 10-minute love signal on my YouTube channel. If you go into the link tree in my bio, there's one of the buttons says YouTube channel. Go there. There's a Let's Meditate playlist. Track number 2 is a 10-minute love signal. Say, I want to start meditating, and I thought it'd be really fun if the two of us did it together. Make sure she has headphones. If not, get her a pair of like over-the-ear headphones and say, let's take 10 minutes together. We're just going to sit in the same room together. We're going to press play on this track at the same time. When it's over, we take our headphones off. It's done. And just for the 10 minutes, just keep listening to the music. Every time you realize you're thinking about something, just come back and come listen to the music. And do this with her once a day. This is going to start shrinking her. Just come back and come listen to the music. And do this with her once a day. This is going to start shrinking her amygdala. Her amygdala is her fight or flight. This is stress, fear, and anxiety. It's also going to increase her hippocampus. This is introspection and compassion. You can't make her do anything, right? You can't. But you can say, let's do this together. So you doing this with her, right? It's not you just throwing a task at her. It's like, hey, let's do this together because I know I need to do this because I need to put myself in a better place. And why don't we just play on this track at the same time for 10 minutes and then we go on with our day. Also, Mom, make sure she takes vitamin D, 4,000 units a day. Make sure she takes 5-HTP. Follow the directions on the bottle. You're going to find this with the vitamins. And have her do that meditation with you. You can't make her go for a walk, but you can ask her to go for a walk with you. Make sure the house is stocked with healthy junk food. She's going to want to eat, when she eats, it's going to want to be quick and easy, right? And hopefully you're cooking healthy meals, not stuff that comes in a box that's yellow. So make sure that there's healthy whole foods in the house, but make sure the junk food is healthy whole foods too. Make sure all the ingredients on the packaging is something you can read and pronounce. Get her body and her mind in a better state. Do you think it's a problem in a relationship if I am naturally a quiet person? No. No, my husband is a quiet person. I'm not. It's not a problem. Not a problem. You just find somebody you're compatible with. Ooh, I'm finally divorcing him. He is violent, threatens, lies, manipulates, makes me feel guilty. He gots to go. My dog always helps me feel better every day. Go for walks with her to get fresh air. Yes. You guys balance each other out. Yes, we do. How do you know if he loves me for real? Have you used a no kissing for 3 months dating rule? This is very soothing when you use that. Do you think a relationship can... Yes. Oh. Do you think a relationship can work out if two people are on different levels intellectually? Ooh, where do I shop for clothes? Online. I get a lot of Le Chateau stuff. You guys like my outfits? Le Chateau's closing. That's gonna be sad. That's gonna be sad. So different intellectual levels. That's different, right? Because one thing that I appreciate about my husband is how smart he is. And I appreciate that because I appreciate intelligence. Like attracts like. So thank you. Like attracts like. Now, ambition tends to attract ambition, intelligence tends to attract intelligence, talent tends to attract talent. But you can attract talent, but you can be on different levels communication wise. That's okay, because we can communicate with other people, but it's fun to be in the same household with somebody who feels similar to you. Thank you for the help with my daughter. So much appreciated. Yes, Mama. I know it's hard. Does the no kissing work in online term long distance relationship? If he treats you like a girlfriend, yes. If he treats you like a girlfriend. Moving for school soon. My boyfriend wants to come with me. How do I say no, but I love him? Just say, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. It doesn't mean that I don't love you, but I really need to do this on my own. When I'm insecure, he needs space, but then I can't stop calling or texting because I miss him. So saying I can't stop, that's not true. You can. You're just choosing to not resist the impulse. You do own your behavior. You are responsible for your own behavior. So don't disown your own behavior by using the words I can't, because that's being disingenuous. You can, right? You're picking up the phone and you're like, ooh, I want to. You see that action? How you pick it, go down and you go, I won't, and then you do something else instead. Now, if the impulse is very strong, you should start meditating so that you reduce the impulse. Meditation reduces anxiety, because if we to shrink the part of your brain where stress, fear, and anxiety comes from. So start meditating, and then it's going to make it easier for you to go, not right now. You know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to put some music on. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to leave my phone behind and go for a walk. I'm going to do some homework. I'm going to read Custom Made and figure out what my purpose is, so that I'm not obsessing over my boyfriend and making him my purpose, and instead making my purpose my purpose. Does the no kissing rule work for both females and males? 100%. 100%. Because when you as a female put it into effect, it is working for a male, right? It's just males don't think to use a no kissing for 3 months dating rule, because males have a 24/7 fertility cycle. We are the ones who say, I'm going to see where it goes before I choose you, because we are the mate selectors. Mother Nature made us that way. Mother Nature made them to be ready to plant the seed when we select them. They have the 24/7 fertility cycle. She made us the ability to step back and be more patient and calm about selecting a mate. So we are going to say, whoa, wait a second. Let me see if you're a good hunter first. But yeah, males do look to us to set the tone. Our mistake is we look to them to set the tone, to set the pace. I often feel like spend time off my phone. Boyfriend sometimes gets mad or sad about it. He needs to own his own emotions. So if he's going to vomit on you, then you say, I love you, but I need to take some time off from my phone every now and then. And if this is something that upsets you, that's something you need to deal with. But that's not something that I need to change in order to make you more comfortable. You need to change in order for you to feel more comfortable. Do you need to start meditating so that you reduce your anxiety response to me maybe not responding back right away when you text me? How do I get my hubby to be more romantic? He's not romantic, but I want him to be more thoughtful. So model the behavior that you want, right? Model the behavior that you want. Get the candles, get the massages, get the soft music, and then say, baby, we're gonna have some sexy time tonight at 7 o'clock. I'll meet you in the bedroom. And then light the candles, put the music on, get the massage oil, say, I'm gonna do you first and then you're gonna do me. Or do you want to do me first and then I'll do you? Is a girl having just guys friends a red flag? There's no, it's not balanced, right? Like I have female and male friends. My husband has male friends and also female friends. So there's balance. We're not just choosing one gender. We're choosing people. Is it stupid to get upset that I never get affection because he doesn't know how, but give it to his dog? No, it's not. But does he take your affection or does he reject your affection? How do I rebuild trust with my partner after finding out he cheated? You got to take my No More Insecurity course. Got to take my No More Insecurity course. Is a girl having, yeah. Every time I find happiness with someone and stuff is getting serious, I run away and ruin it. Because you seek what's familiar even if it's bad for you. And what's familiar for you is crap. So you keep seeking that out even though it's crap. So you do need to get into my books or watch my videos, watch all my videos or listen to all my podcasts. Because this is a pattern and you need to break the pattern. That's not a quickie answer, that's a process. Or get coaching. Gonna turn the music back on. What if he makes I'm not an outdoor type of person an excuse to not see me? So stop trying to see somebody who's not willing to spend time with you. And since you sound like an outdoor person, find yourself someone compatible. My girlfriend worked days from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., made dinner for her. No, thank you. Should I be upset? You should get her a copy of Fix That Shit. Any thoughts on prenups? Get them. Nothing wrong with a prenup. Nothing wrong with a good prenup. I have a prenup. I don't think anybody should have an issue with a prenup. Just make sure you're fair on the prenup, right? Boyfriend says I should pay more often for dates, but he offers to pay and knows I'm not financially ready. So listen, dates don't have to be expensive, right? You can ask him out on a date to somewhere inexpensive and pay for it, right? It can be a place where it's $2 tacos. It could be, hey baby, I want to take you out on a date, and then you pick him up and you bring him back to your house where you've made a home cooked meal. What's been your biggest lesson you personally learned? My biggest lesson, it's meditation, guys. I know I keep saying, like, it's like every answer is meditation, but every answer is meditation. It really is. It really truly is. Meditation helped me out of depression, helped me out of anxiety, helped me out of addiction, made my relationship better, power boosted my career. What else did it improve? Oh God, it made my dreams come true because I started manifesting like crazy. What else did it improve? Probably my relationship with people in general, because I probably made me less of a Karen. What else did it improve? Freaking for you. I want my freaking forever. I love it. I'll take it. I'll take my freaking for life. How do I deal with him looking at other pretty girls online while I feel insecure after 4 kids? Say to him, look, I understand about the Playboy under me after you said that. I say to him, listen, I understand the Playboy under the bed. But the thing about the Playboy under the bed is that it's out of my sight. If you're going to look at pretty girls, it needs to be out of my sight. If it's not out of my sight, you need to understand that this is a behavior that distances me because, listen, my body's not the same. I wish my body looked the same as it did before I had our babies. But it doesn't look the same. And that's something I need to deal with. But I think about how I look before having our babies. And I think about how I look now when we're making love. And then I think about how those girls look. And I can't help feeling insecure knowing you're looking at that. Now, I know you're going to look at that. But when I see that you're looking at that, it fuels insecurity. And then I feel less comfortable with myself. And the less comfortable I feel, the less intimate I want to be. So if you want me to feel more comfortable and more intimate with you, I need to not see what you're looking at. What's a good book to have about successful relationships? Fix That Shit. He was specifically talking about how I need to spend more time on him because it's not equal. Okay. Vancouver for free cannoli. Capiche? On my way. Thank you so much. I need to read your books. Yes, my love. My boyfriend texted a girl that liked him for attention because he was bored. Should I be worried? Not worried, just pissed. I don't want to be with somebody who seeks the attention of other women. If this is what you do when you're bored, you go seek the attention of other women, I don't think I'm in the right relationship. Because I'd rather be with somebody who maybe feeds their mind with information when they're bored instead of go seeking attention from other girls when they're bored. My boyfriend never posts me even when I ask. So does he post everything in his life except for you? If that's the case, dump him. Dump him. Why are you a secret online? If he doesn't post his life online, then don't think that that validates you. How do you feel about guys having strict parents about having girls over? Does that exist? Well, like some do. Yeah, that does exist. Yeah. But if he's an adult, then if he's an adult, this is not a reason. And you shouldn't listen. If you are adults and this is his excuse, I would date somebody else. I would date an adult because he's still living a child existence. How can I stop self-sabotaging? You got to read my books, love. You have to read my books because self-sabotage means you don't love yourself enough. You are not educated enough on what you should be looking for and how you should be leaning into it. So if you're single, grab No More Assholes. If you're in a relationship, grab Fix That Shit because you need to get into the process of elevating your self-love and your confidence. Guy I've been dating for years says he still doesn't want commitment and still wants his space. So dump him. Dump. Block. Leave behind. This guy's been using you for a year. This is ridiculous. The talking stage where you're kissing and having sex, and then the dating stage where you're kissing and having sex, and then maybe eventually commitment. That's bullshit, my love. You dump this one because he wasted a year of your life. You grab No More Assholes to know what to look for. You do the no kissing for 3-month dating rule. This guy would not have waited 3 months for a first kiss because he never intended to get in a relationship. Rule. This guy would not have waited 3 months for a first kiss because he never intended to get in a relationship with rule. This guy would not have waited 3 months for a first kiss because he never intended to get in a relationship, which you are now realizing a year later. Stop wasting your time on guys who will use you and play the hoping game. You hoped this entire year, you hoped that all this attention, this availability, this sexuality would get you what you wanted, which was a relationship. Do you know what he was hoping? You would keep giving him all the time, attention, and sexuality he wanted before getting tired of the hoping game. Dump the motherfucker. Yeah. I'm having an awesome day. Dump him now. Dump him immediately. Dump him today. Dump him today. And stop playing the hoping game with guys who will waste your time. If you are afraid that nobody will wait 3 months for a first kiss, that's your problem. Not the males out there, because there are men who wait 3 months for a first kiss. But guys, selfish short-term thinkers, will not. And those are the ones you want to weed out. The ones who won't wait 3 months for a first kiss are the ones you need to not be fucking, because they will waste your time. No more assholes defined that my husband was a guy. No wonder I was so unhappy, so glad to be moving on. Yeah. It's amazing when I go through the 12 traits with women, because I've done workshops about the 12 traits, and it is amazing the amount of women who at the end of it go, oh my God, I realize I dated guys. Selfish short-term thinkers. Stop letting them like suck the life out of you. Stop. They are literally wasting your time. They are literally vampires. They are sucking your life away. And here she is, Dr. Ruth. Yes, I'm the next one. I'm the next one, guys. Ain't nobody saying what I'm saying. She knows this guy so well based off one single question. That's a silly assumption. Oh, are we unhappy because we got called out? I just started talking to someone and he used that line, I don't believe in waiting for a first kiss. Yeah, bye-bye. That's a guy. That's a selfish short-term thinker. That's a selfish short-term thinker, right? You need to go at my pace. If you don't go at my pace, that's it. That's somebody who doesn't respect you, doesn't care about you, doesn't care about your goals, doesn't care about what you want. He comes before you and that's it. If you dare put yourself before him, fuck you, bitch. That's what he's saying. So that's the one you let walk, because that's the one who's going to make you unhappy, because he comes before you. He is a selfish short-term thinker right out of the gate. And you need to believe, because he comes before you. He is a selfish short-term thinker right out of the gate. And you need to believe it. Don't make up a story, because he comes before you. He is a selfish short-term thinker. To believe it. Don't make up a story in your head because he's hot. Now, the one who says, oh, that sucks, but that makes sense, that's the one who's interested in you as a human being. He's willing to wait around and figure out who you are, because he's looking for a relationship, not just sex, not just fun. Yes. What's your favorite thing about my husband? Oh man, that man was so respectful. He is so respectful. But my favorite thing today about my husband is his kisses. The way he kisses me, guys. I made out with him like literally an hour and a half ago, and it was like minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes. Like, he kisses me like he fucking means it. I love it. I love it. I'm watching this and my boyfriend is right next to me, wondering why I watch these and just agreeing. I love it. I love it. I really enjoy your content. What happens if only one side of a relationship is willing to compromise? It depends on what. It really depends on what. My boyfriend told me he thinks his female friend is hot. Makes me feel like he's sexually attracted to her. No guy should ever say that to his girlfriend. But here's the thing. Are they platonic? Is it just an observation? Do you agree? Right? Do you agree? Do you agree? Because my husband will say she's attractive. If she's attractive, right? Do you agree or disagree? If you agree, he has a point. And it doesn't mean he wants to have sex with her, right? It doesn't mean he wants to cheat on you. Doesn't mean he likes her more than you. It doesn't mean that. It's an observation. Ooh, listen to your podcast with Phil. So good. Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah. He's awesome. There's a new one. Yeah, it did come out. The second one just came out. There's two. We did two. I might be doing another one with him too. What if he says he gets bored talking to me, but no matter what, nothing works? Dump him. Find the guy who's interested in you. Dump him. Like I like having sex with you, but I don't like talking to you. Dump him. Points for honesty, by the way. Brownie points for honesty, right? Brownie points for honesty. But, if you're looking for a relationship with somebody who likes having conversations with you, this is not the one. And he's letting you know, right? So he's letting you know that as long as you're willing to be his bedmate, this is going to work out. But he's really just not interested talking with you. This guy never shows up at the time he says he will. He's always late. What should I do? So some people live in a different time zone. My friend Melissa, it's plus 30 minutes. My friend Dan, it's plus 1 hour. And so if I want Melissa to be ready at 1 o'clock, I say I'll pick her up at 12:30. If I want Dan to be ready at 1 o'clock, I say I'll pick you up at noon. If you take the whole thing into consideration, by the way, do read No More Assholes. There are 12 character traits you need to look at. Besides that, does he pass the man test? Is he a man or is he a selfish short-term thinker? If he's a selfish short-term thinker, if he's a man, then just calculate his time zone. Your relationship sounds amazing. It is. It really is. It really is. It really is. Like I say to people, like, we have our battle wounds, right? Like, we've been together for 15 years. We fought for 10 years. There's a lot of lessons I needed to learn. There was a lot of leveling up I needed to do. He also eventually realized he needed to level up. Both of us had to change in order for our relationship to be where it is today, which is 5 years without a single fight, making out for like 5 minutes an hour and a half ago, right? But we had to change to get to where we are. We needed to grow. We needed to evolve. We needed to shed the past. We needed to unpack the baggage that we brought into the relationship. It is now amazing. It's now what I knew it could be. Because in those 10 years of fighting, there was moments where I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I know he did too. The voice in my head would say to me, it could be so good if you could just clear the static. It said it so many times, I've memorized it. It was right. It was absolutely right. We've cleared the static and it's so good. And we are now at a place where we take turns being the pillar of support in the relationship. You guys want to hear something? It's my turn right now. It's my turn. It's my turn being the pillar of support. My husband he's tired. He's tired right now. He's tired mentally. He's tired you know, he moved. He moved and he grew. Was it like about 4 years ago now, I guess? He went from a small shop that he was renting to a big shop that he owns. And he worked really hard to make sure this was going to work. And now it's like he's out of breath. And I'm like, I got you, baby. Like, he came home at 11:30 last night. That's early. He came home at 11:30, and that's early. He came home at 11:30, and I said, baby, are you home early? And he goes, yeah. He says, I've been feeling a little unmotivated lately. And I go, baby, it's okay. You deserve a break. And, you know, I forget what he said, but it was kind of like along the lines of like, you know, no, I don't, or something like that. But I don't remember the words exactly, but the message was, this isn't a break. I'm not choosing this. I'm not choosing to slow down right now. I just need to, right? And I realize, you know, that he just, and I do this, but he doesn't give himself permission to do this. When I'm in book writing mode, and you know, listen, guys, I go hard, and then I rest a little bit, and then I go hard, and then I rest a little bit. The man's been going hard for years without a rest. He needs a rest, but he's unwilling to give it to himself. So he beats himself up for needing a rest. And so I realize that he's in a tough emotional space right now. And so what I'm doing right now to be the pillar of support is making sure that I'm giving him more smiles, more kisses, more affection. And I'm also giving him vitamin D and 5-HTP. I did ask him today if he's still listening, because he listens to conspiracy theory stuff, like right-wing stuff, and it brings him down because it makes him feel like the world is falling apart, and we need to have a stockpile of food and a stockpile of guns because, you know, we're not going to have food, and people are going to like want to take what we have. Guns because, you know, we're not going to have food, and people are going to like want to take what we have, right? So it puts him in a state of intense fear. So you know, I asked him, yeah, like today, I'm like, are you listening to a lot of conspiracy stuff? He said no, he's not. But yeah, so me being the pillar of support right now means me making sure he's taking his vitamin D, 5-HTP, and just paying extra attention to what he's doing, and making sure he understands that he has permission to take a break. I want him to understand he has permission to take a break. I work in a pharmacy in Alberta, and it can be overwhelming. Yeah, dude, oh my dude, yeah. Like he would prefer, okay. Yeah. So I'm just being a little bit extra sensitive to him. And guys, like, support me. Support me all you want, please, because that means more money that I can save. And then I can say to him, baby, like, it's okay. It's not all on you. So if you guys want, you can go to the link tree in my bio and go do the 30-day free trial for Kindle Unlimited, because every time you guys do that, it gives me $3. Here's the thing. If you go do the Kindle Unlimited free trial, grab your phone and like on day 29, put a reminder on your phone to like cancel the free trial. That way you won't pay for the like $10 for a month for a subscription. If you go to the Kindle Unlimited and do the free trial, you will find Say Yes to Goodness on there. You can read it for free. You will find Custom Made. You can read that for free. You will also find Come Back Queen and After the First Kiss. So if you guys want to support me, go download the Kindle Unlimited free trial and go read these 4 books for free, and then cancel it after 29 days. What constitutes emotional abuse? Somebody who is constantly putting you down. You're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you don't do enough, you don't work. Who is constantly putting you down. You're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you don't do enough, you don't work hard enough, you're stupid. Who is constantly putting you down. You're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you don't do enough, you don't work hard enough, you're stupid. That's emotional abuse. Katie. My friend suggested that my boyfriend may be emotionally abusive to me. I see what she means, but I'm not 100% sure. Ask her, right? And here's the thing: what your boyfriend does to you, if like, write it down. Write down what your boyfriend does to you. Write down what she says your boyfriend does to you. I did a session. Is this still here? So let's do this, you guys. This is important. I actually did a session with somebody whose boyfriend is emotionally abusive. So this is what I did with her. I asked her, how long have you guys been together for? And she said 3 years. So I said, okay, that's 1,080 days. I said, how many days do you remember, other than when he pulls you back into a relationship, other than the courtship period, and other than when you guys break up and he pulls you back into a relationship, outside of those times, how many days would you say had been good days with him? She said about 30. I said, okay, so out of 1,080 days, you have 1,050 shitty days. And she's like, yeah. So this guy, he says, he makes her send him a picture every day. If he doesn't like it, if there's a detail like her lip color isn't right, which, by the way, she may not even be wearing lipstick, but her lips are too brown. So she's wearing nothing on her lips, but her lips are too brown. He gives her shit, and then he gives her the silent treatment for the day. He calls her a little bitch, immature, selfish. Everything he does is to put her in a state of submission, right? So I said, okay, write this down. He controls every day of my life. I said, do you agree with this statement? Because in the beginning, he's better now, but in the beginning, she wasn't even allowed to sit on her porch. But he's better now. But every single day she has to send him a picture. And he's going to give her shit about it every single day. So he controls every day of my life. And he gets upset if she doesn't respond right away. She can't work because if she doesn't reply to his text right away, then he gives her shit, right? So she can't work. She has to be on call all the time for him. So he controls every day of my life. I said, do you agree? She said, yes. I said, okay. I said, write this down. I cannot be happy. Do you agree? She said, yes. I said, okay. Write this down. I need to control my life so I can be happy. Do you agree? And she said, yes. I said, okay. Now write this down. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. Do you agree? She said, yes. I said, okay. Write this down. If I continue to let him control my life, I will continue to be unhappy. Because letting him control her life means she is unhappy. Because every day he makes her unhappy. So if this is what you're in, if this is how you're feeling, you are in an emotionally abusive relationship. Yeah, they're so quiet. Any recommendations for distinguishing between flirting and friendliness? So here's the thing. You know when you're flirting. You know how you flirt. You're welcome. Yeah. You know how you flirt, right? You know what flirting is. So when you see that in someone else's behavior, that is flirting. I feel a lot of people have been through emotional abuse. Yeah, a lot of people have. What's your question, my love? What do you define as manipulative? Anybody who wants you to feel bad about making decisions that are beneficial to you are manipulating you. He doesn't want to be in a relationship with me because he doesn't want to be a stepdad. Then you leave him behind and you find somebody compatible. You're welcome, love. Is online dating a waste of time? Nope, not at all. But responding to the wrong people certainly is. Don't reply to anybody who doesn't make it obvious they haven't read your profile. My son was in an abusive relationship. Yes, I used to be abusive. You're welcome. I used to be abusive because we continue the cycle, right? My mom was abusive. I was abused by my next boyfriend. Then I was abusive towards my next boyfriend after that. My boyfriend broke up with me first, then got back with me, then accused me of not loving him because I tried to move on. So here's what you say to him. You say, you don't get to say to me, I don't want to be with you, but I don't want you to be with anybody else. And if you're going to be in this relationship and look at the past and vomit that into the present, this is not the relationship for me. When is a good time? When is it a good time to meditate? Is there even a good time as long as you do it sometime? You're 100% correct. It doesn't matter when you do it. You find your sweet spot. Is it first thing in the morning? Is it last thing at night? Is it in your car on your lunch break? You find it. It's up to you. Whenever you can get it in, that's the best time to meditate. Is it sad that I'm 18 and haven't had a girlfriend? My husband didn't have his first girlfriend till he was 20. What do you think about long distance relationships? Personally, I would, listen, if for some reason I had to have a long distance relationship with my husband, I would. But would I choose to get into a long distance relationship? I would not. How do you deal with your partner having a lower drive? Self-pleasure. You take care of yourself. How can you become a physical touch person if your partner is? So just set a timer, right? Set a timer for 5 minutes. Also, pay attention to how your partner touches you and then do that same kind of touch back. If they stroke your arm, then make sure you stroke their arm. If they're a back stroker, if they're a back rubber, if they're a back massager, then do the same thing. Just pay attention to what they do and then imitate that behavior back. And say, and just don't reject affection when it comes at you. You're so welcome. He says, I'm someone you'll never forget after I try to leave him because he's toxic. So, okay, here's what you say. You say, of course I'll never forget you. Of course. I remember everybody I've been with. Of course I'll never forget you. But I assure you, I will do better than you because I never go backward. I always take my experiences and I learn from them and then I level up going forward. So don't try to convince me that I'm not going to do better than you because that's just not true, because that's just not who I am. Is there something wrong with being 21 and never having dated anyone? Nope. Just means you're selective. That's a great answer. You know your stuff, queen. My boyfriend isn't very physical affectionate. We compromise. He picks the days where he wants to. There you go. How do you deal with your partner having, you self-pleasure, right? Like, we don't have to make our partner our source of everything, right? My husband isn't my only source of affection. He's not my only source of words of affirmation. He's not my only source of conversations. He's not my only source of physical pleasure, right? Your partner doesn't have to be your everything. You can take care of yourself. So, when he's in the mood, and of course you can initiate it. And by the way, it doesn't always have to be the big thing. It can be quick and easies. Coconut oil is amazing. So you can get in quick and easies, and that's satisfying. It's satisfying to do quick and easies in between the big ones. And it's also satisfying to take care of yourself. Is it possible for him to be abusive without knowing? Sometimes people do need to learn better, guys. It is true. But here's the thing. When somebody is abusive, the very first time is when you say, no, this does not happen. My husband, I had to teach my husband how to relationship because he only had one partner before me and she was abusive. So I had to say, we don't call each other names in this relationship. I don't call you names because I don't want to be in a relationship where we call each other names. And that was it. He learned. He grabbed the phone out of my hand one time and threw it across the room. I said, we don't do that in this relationship. That is physical abuse. You never reach out to me in anger. That is physical abuse. You never reach out to me in anger. I will not stand for it. That is physical abuse. You never reach out to me in anger. I will not stand for it. So, I have taught my husband how to relationship. But the first time it happens is when you lay down the law. And if they do it again, you go. Because they know better. You've told them. They know better. And if they continue to choose the behavior, you are now choosing to stay in an abusive relationship. My ex wants to get back with me. My heart says yes, but my gut says no. The answer is no. You don't get back with someone. You don't go backward. And by the way, it doesn't sound like you've defined your next relationship. Your dialogue is no. The man you are is no longer the man I want to be with. I've defined my next relationship. If you want to be the man by my side, this is what I'm looking for. You don't have to be this. That's fine by me. This is what I'm going for. And I will not go backward. I am going forward. I've defined my next relationship. It is a level up from what I left behind. Go backward. I am going forward. I've defined my next relationship. It is a level up from what I left behind. I'm sorry. I'm not going back to what I had. I'm going forward to what I need. My boyfriend lives away. He will go even further for his job. He doesn't want to move here and I don't want to move there. What should we do? It doesn't sound like you're compatible, my love. You need to get a breakup. You need to find somebody you're compatible with. This is a fundamental value. You don't want to go there. He doesn't, right? Y'all can't be together unless you want to have a relationship where you are literally not together. Ended a 4-year toxic relationship. I'm fighting myself to block him because he calls when drunk every 3 days. So you are choosing to upset yourself by not blocking him. Just understand that. Is it possible to learn narcissistic behavior or is it left over from trauma response? Sometimes. Oh, just got my Kindle Unlimited trial. Listen, we can change in many ways. We can change for the better. We can change for the worse. Everything is possible. You know, narcissistic behavior usually stems from a childhood that is abusive but also too compliant. You know, the parent is doing too much for the child, but at the same time there's abuse going on. So they learn to model abusive behavior, but they also learn that they get everything they want. So it can come from that, but it can also be a learned behavior, you know, from having shitty relationships with shitty people. Why do I feel like whenever I find someone, I don't feel that soulmate? I didn't believe in soulmates until my husband and I stopped fighting, and then I realized that what the voice was saying was actually true, that him and I would be so good if we could just clear the static. And that's when I really started feeling that connection. But I wasn't saying he was my soulmate before we stopped fighting, but I'm saying it now because I'm like, wow, we really are a good fit. Don't It's not about seeking a soulmate, it's about seeking a compatible companion. Don't look for the spark. Don't look for the woo, you know. It's not about that. My husband and I built up to where we are today. I wasn't even attracted to him when I first knew him. For the longest time, I was not attracted to him. So be okay with the slow burn. Be okay with being compatible and then building on top of that. What are the top things to look for that make a good real man besides long-term thinker? So generosity, right? Somebody who is selfless, somebody who, you know, he has like his family, his people, his inner circle, he looks after them. That's one of the things you look for. Selflessness, generosity. Can you give advice on how to deal with a breakup after being together for 4 years? So you do need to meditate, right? You do need to meditate. You do need to define your next relationship. You do need to not let yourself get into a pity party. I miss that. I miss that. I miss that. Use those things that you wish you still had as I miss that. I miss that. I miss that. Use those things that you wish you still had as part of what you're going to use to define your next relationship, but don't stay spinning in the past. Do grab no more assholes. If you're heartbroken, grab comeback queen. So I got a lot of these. Is it possible? Everything is possible, guys. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. Hey, you are refreshing. You know, I did not think that I would get back with my husband. I fell out of love with him. I literally said to him, I don't love you anymore. And I didn't. I did not. I did not love him anymore. And it was obvious to me that I did not love him anymore. And it broke him. Which, you know, I guess it needed to. I guess we really needed to break. We really, both of us just needed to break in order to, you know, come back in a different way. So the relationship broke me. It broke him. And then we came back different people. And that was good because we needed to level up. We needed to no longer be who we used to be. We needed to level up. I'm not against getting back with an ex, obviously, because my husband and I broke up several times. We broke up several times, but things need to change. Things need to change. You can't keep going back to the same thing. That's the definition of insanity. Going back to the same situation and hoping something's going to be different. This is why I fix that shit. If you want your relationship to work out, you got to get into fix that shit. You have to do what's in there. Our last break, like, it was a few months. It was like a good 4 months. What do you think about talking to multiple guys, no kissing, and they all know testing the waters? Absolutely, you should be doing it. You don't need to tell them about each other, though. This is your business, right? You don't need to tell them about each other. That's not necessary. It is not, if you want to, you can. If they ask, you don't have to go into detail. This is your business. And you'll be seeing multiple people, but there's, eventually there will be somebody that catches your attention more than anybody else. And the other people won't feel as interesting compared to this person. And you'll have less of a desire to spend time with those people compared to this person. And you'll have less of a desire to spend time with those people compared to that person. So, it's okay to narrow it down, but don't narrow it down until you start feeling like this person is worth narrowing it down for. Can you love someone and still cheat? Yep, because you can be in love and still be dysfunctional. Ooh, boyfriend cheated and got the girl pregnant. Damn. You know what I would say to him? I'd say, go to her. Go to her. Go be a daddy. Go be a daddy. Go to her and go be a daddy and go have a family, because you need to. You should go make that family. If she's gonna, by the way, I mean, it's up to her, right? It's up to her. If she's choosing to have the baby, he should be trying to make a family, because you didn't wrap it, you dumbass. And now there are consequences. So go fucking be a daddy. Go man up. No, we didn't have children together. My husband has 2, and like when we met, what's really funny is both of us were fixed when we met, because I had my tubes tied and he already had a vasectomy. And so it was kind of funny, because people would say, people would be like, oh, you guys are married, so are you gonna have children? And I'd say, oh, we're trying, because yeah. Can you meditate while you're in the shower? Yep, you can meditate on a walk. You can meditate while driving your car. How do you deal with the mother-in-law who wants nothing to do with you for no reason? This is what I think about people who don't like me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't need to be liked by everybody. You want to not like me? Okay. Okay, you don't need to. I don't think everybody needs to like me. You don't want to like me? Okay, I don't care. That's fine. If I make kids with your man, you better fucking treat my kids right. Guys, do you want to do something for me? Who wants to do something for me? Who wants to do me a favor? Best book combo for someone who has a pattern. It would be No More Assholes and Fix That Shit. Hello from Ontario. We are neighbors. I love your videos. Thank you. Yay. How do I meditate without falling asleep? Make sure you're sitting up. Who wants to do me a favor? Okay, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Will you do something for me? Will you do something for me? If you've read one of my books, if you watch my videos, if you watch my TikToks and they've helped you, Would you be willing to go leave a review? Hello from Alberta. If you're willing to go leave a review, say yes, I will. If you're willing to do that for me, if you're willing to do something for me, heck yes. Oh, that's amazing. Yay, yes, I will. Okay, so if you've read a book, an Amazon review for that book. If it's my TikToks, if it's about my TikToks or about my lives, yes, you're awesome. Yes, I love all these yeses. This is so beautiful. If it's about my lives or my TikToks, a Google review. So can we do this right now? Yes, are we doing for you? I'll do it. Yes. Okay, so can we do this right now? Right now, go leave a book review on Amazon or go leave a Google review. So I actually made a link for you. If you go to my bio and you click on the link tree, there's a button at the top. It says spread love. If you click on that, it takes you to where you can leave a Google review. Go do this right now. Say, be right back if you're going to go do this right now. And then when you come back, say, just did it. And if you're leaving a Google review, by the way, I can actually go take a look at it in real time. So when you come back from leaving a Google review, let me know that you've come back. Share the live. I love it. You guys are so sweet to me. If your relationship needs work and you have personal stuff, be right back. I love it. Fix That Shit is going to help you with your personal, like unpack your baggage and help you with your relationship. Happy Thanksgiving. Canada's dating coach Google reviews. Oh my God, you just answered my question and my internet broke down. Best book combo is No More Assholes and Fix That Shit. Unless you were already in a relationship, be right back. In which case, I would say Fix That Shit and Say Yes to Goodness. I love it. Yeah, your trauma creates the vomits, right? Your trauma creates patterns that you vomit into the relationship. That's what I'm talking about when I say baggage. I think high school sweethearts, everything is possible. Some people, what's the 30-day Kindle trial? If you do the do Chantal Heide people had a hard time finding Canada's dating coach? Okay. Did the button work? Did the spread love button work? Oh, the 30-day Kindle free trial. If you download that. Okay, the spread love button worked for you. Hard time finding two. Can you go to my bio, click on the link tree, and there's a button at the top that says spread love. If you click on that, does it bring you to a page where you can leave a Google review? So the 30-day Kindle trial, I have 4 books on there right now. If you download that, then you're going to get to read 4 of my books for free. And then just on day 29, just like unsubscribe from it. And that way they won't charge you $10 for, the next month. Mm. It doesn't take you to the Google review. I wonder if it depends. Is your phone Android, or are you on Android or iPhone? Click the bio and it shows me locations. What are the books on Kindle? What? Hello. Can it be downloaded on iOS? It's Kindle. So if you put the Kindle app on your phone, then yes.
I swear I'm not high.
I'm online.
I haven't seen a...
Because if I wonder too sometimes, like if sometimes, like my assistant actually says something that doing, like, Googling Canada's dating coach, she said Googling Canada's dating coach, it comes up on Safari. If you go on Safari and you go look, oh, thank you, Canada's dating coach. I thought I would get a notification, but I didn't when you were online. Uh-oh. I know, nothing's perfect yet. Hello, love. Oh, Giovanna. Yeah, nothing's perfect yet. Maybe I was online when you, like, I was already online when you got online. Has it been a while since you got online, Giovanna? Safari. Yeah, because the spread love button works for me. Because it, like, I click on that and it takes me to Google. I always check to see when you're live. Licky! I love that. Love that. We're doing reviews right now, Licky. Giovanna. Reina! I found it perfectly fine. Okay, found it. Oh, Giovanna. Didn't have any trouble. I have an iPhone. Yeah, I think so. What do I search for when I download the Kindle app? So once you download the Kindle app, go back to my bio, click on the link tree, download the 30-day free trial for Kindle Unlimited, and then type my name and go find my books. I've got 4 on there. Earth Cookie says, I have Safari and it worked for me. Yeah, that's done. That's what my assistant says. She said that it works on Safari. Ooh, it works on Safari. Oh, Reina, to see if she's live. Like no other, Reina. Reina, is that you? Say hello, my love. Strong woman really cares. Yes, I do. That you need to hear, not always what you want to hear. I know what you need to hear. I will always turn to her to find genuine, honest, and necessary information and guidance. Oh, my love, you're super sweet. Hello, there you are, Reina. There you are. I hope to be you when I grow up. That is so amazing. I want to be your Oprah. I had an Oprah, you guys, when I was growing up. Okay, so I Googled Chantal Heide and found the reviews. Yes, so I think that's what I'm going to say from now on is you know, like, if you're on Safari, if you're on iPhone, the button's going to work for you, but otherwise, just Google Chantal Heide. Strategies for Tinder dating. Make sure that you are not replying to people who don't make it obvious that they haven't read your profile. I do this for a living. I wrote books. These are all my books. I do coaching. Emily, are you here? Say hello, Emily. I love her and everything she's taught me through her books. You're so good. So sweet, my love. So my girlfriend says I'm not there for her. I told her I could. And she told me no. That's strange. Which one of your books should I start with? Well, I could make a suggestion, but here's what we're going to do. Go into my bio, click on the link tree, and there is a quiz. It's going to take you like a few seconds to get through, like 30 seconds max. Do the quiz. It's going to ask you a question. You say yes, no. There's 20 yes, no questions, super fast. When you get to the end, it's going to list all my books and then show you by percentage which one is best for you. Go do the quiz and then come back and tell me what it told you was best for you. It's going to be fun. The girlfriend is mad when you're there and also doesn't want you there. I can't help you with that because how can I? How can I? She can't even help you. That's so confusing. There's no clarity in that. I want your attention, but I don't want you around me. So what is it that you actually want? Working on the audiobook. Charlie, that's a good question. I don't see legs. I don't see legs. Wait a second. Oh yeah. He's under my chair. Charlie's under the chair. Working on the audiobook. Have you guys gone and listened to the foreword? Done. Have you, Charlie? I know he's such a cutie pie. Who's listening to my podcast, and who has listened to the foreword to fix that shit? Oh, I see Emily. I don't see. Did you leave an Amazon review, love? Sometimes I wonder what happens. See Emily's. Is it controlling to ask your partner to stop drinking or you will leave? It's not controlling for you to have that standard. You have the right to have a standard. I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who drinks, right? Now, if that's your standard and that's what they do, oh, that was attractive. You are not in the right relationship. And it's okay to leave that relationship and get into a relationship with somebody who meets your standards for the kind of partner that you want to be with. Done. Fairy, what did you just do, love? Did you leave an Amazon review or a Google review? I'm still trying to write a review. Maz. If you Google Chantal Heide, I know it's backwards, but no, I can't. Wait a second. Where's my name? This is gonna show up backwards. Heide. Chantal Heide. If you Google that. Where's Fairy? There's no good guys left. That's not true. Okay, on my laptop now. Safari works if you have that. I would imagine if you go to Google and you type Chantal Heide, that should... Ms. I hope it works. I hope it works. Anything helps, yes. Hope. I'm meeting up with my boyfriend to talk about us. I think we're going to break up. Any tips? I went on Safari and Googled Canada's dating coach. Yes, yeah, Emily. Yeah, yours came up. I don't know, Giovanna, why so many people have trouble finding me. What's the name on the search on Kindle to find your books? Chantal Heide, this here. Heide. I know it's backwards. I know it's backwards. First I found out I was seeing reviews, but there was nowhere to write a review. Hello, love. I'm gonna have to find a place where it's easier for you guys to do that. We're gonna have to fix that somehow. On laptop you saw it, yes. Ooh, are you doing it? Oh. Now on laptop. I love the fact that you were trying so hard. I appreciate this, you guys. I really, really appreciate it. Did the no kissing for 3 months, unintentionally, and you still didn't want anything serious. So, you know, are you not glad that you didn't kiss and you're not so attached to somebody who doesn't want something? Search for it and I can't find it. Fairy. Why do people date? To find a partner? Oh, fairy. Oh. Yeah. That's interesting. I don't... Do you want to try again, Miss Fairy? We did kiss. Said it after. We're still friends. It's all good. That's good. You cannot be there for someone who doesn't want you there and then gets mad that you're not there. Like, this is just an impossible situation, and I actually recommend that you let this one go and get in a relationship with somebody who's a little bit more clear-headed. Hello, love. Tori Lynn. Nope. Miss, hello. I'm meeting up with my boyfriend. Yeah. Any tips? Any tips? Just be okay with whatever the outcome is, right? Is it good to read Fix That Shit with your partner? My husband has never read Fix That Shit. We haven't had a fight in 5 years. Oh yeah, Giovanna. She did Canada's dating coach, all one word. And that helped. Yeah, just, you know what? If he wants to break up with you, say, okay, like, I mean, that's sad because I was invested in this relationship, but it's okay because I'm going to be okay. And I don't have a relationship without learning lessons from it, and then using that experience to make sure that I level up going forward. So I'm going to be okay because I will do better than this going into my next relationship. So I'll be fine. So I read fix that shit to my wife. Why did she tell me to stop? It bothered her because it was affecting her ego. My work is not for people who aren't strong enough to look at themselves and go, I need to change. If somebody is only looking outside themselves and the solution is only outside themselves and the only way for this to work is you need to change, they don't like my work because my work breaks down the ego. Who agrees with what I'm saying right now? You just wrote the review. Absolutely. I agree. Oh, I definitely agree with you. So guys, listen, my ladies, what should this husband, yes, if my boyfriend read it, he would explode. His ego is huge. Happy Thanksgiving. So what do you think he should say to his wife to open her up to being receptive to this book? I think I found your missing reviews. Mine is there, but the most recent was 4 weeks ago. No, there's more recent ones. You have to hit the button that says show the most recent. You have to sort it by most recent. I do think men are more in the present and women tend to be more focused. Well, men are also future focused, by the way. That's where the ambition is. Not sure where to go to leave another one. Hello. If I sort by newest, Laura. Fairy, is that you? Who is Laura? Super empowering. I love that. I appreciate her more than anyone reading this could know. Truly inspirational, refreshing, beautiful queen. I love you. Where's Laura? Laura, say hi. I'm Laura. There you are, my love. Thank you. How did you manage to find it? Like, what was it that you did again? What was it that you did? Oh, you went on your laptop. You went on the computer. You went on your laptop. Maybe he could say that to help their relationship, so she needs to be self-aware, open to change. I don't think the ego wants to hear that though. So here's something that I went on my laptop because it wasn't working on the phone. Do you have an iPhone or an Android or like anything other than iPhone, Miss Laura? We're going to learn something tonight. Thank you, my love. iPhone. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So my husband used to say to me, the truth hurts, because he would point out my flaws and I would reject it wholeheartedly, and I would heatedly reject it, right? And then he'd gently say the truth hurts, because he wanted me to understand that he wasn't saying this to hurt me, but this was the truth, and that's why it was hurting me. And I had an epiphany. The truth hurts. Oh, that's why I was so bothered by those things he was saying. And instead of rejecting what he was saying, I should acknowledge what he's saying. Because if I acknowledge what he's saying, I can change those truths so they are no longer true, therefore they no longer bother me. That is a shedding of the ego. But until you have that conversation in your head, you are bothered by the truth. You're wife is feeling bothered by the truth. And until she tells herself that she's willing to be bothered to get to change, she will reject my work. So you have to know what you're with, right? Somebody's like, what if someone says the truth hurts to manipulate and they're the wrong ones? Here's the question. Is there truth in what is being said? Like, if my husband said you're selfish, he's not entirely wrong, right? If my husband says you're bad with money, he's not entirely wrong. Is there truth in what is being said? If my husband said you're lazy, he's not entirely wrong. Is there truth in what is being said? Just because, most of what they're saying is wrong, it doesn't mean all of it needs to be rejected. Is there truth in what is being said? If there's 5% of that is truth, then you own that 5% and go, you know what? You're right. I am a bit selfish. You're right. I am a bit lazy. Oh, do we have a troll? Is that what your partner says? Park staff, are you trolling, or is that what somebody says to you? You're so good, it's insane. You've been on so long, that's nice. Yes, my loves. Machula, I suggest you block him so that he can't call you anymore, because every time he calls and you mute, you have a spike of anxiety, don't you? Stop letting him affect you and just block him. Don't know what you're waiting for. But know that you are responsible for the emotional roller coaster you go through every time he calls you, because you have not blocked him. If you don't choose to control your environment, you are responsible for what affects you in your environment. And you cannot blame other people for how you feel if it's your choices that are creating the scenarios that make you feel shitty. And in this case, you are choosing to not block. So that is your responsibility, which means the emotions that you're feeling as a result of him contacting you is your responsibility. And since you're responsible for what is happening, you cannot complain about it. You is your responsibility. And since you're responsible for what is happening, you cannot complain about it. Any dating advice for a narcissist abuse survivor? Make sure you read No More Assholes and follow this book to the letter. It is an instruction manual on how to date. Follow it to the letter. You're welcome. Should I stay in contact with my ex's mom even though he's toxic, abusing, and narcissist? Not at all. You should not. You should not. And if she tries to stay in contact with you, you block. Yes, you forget the dog and be cold. Yes, you forget the dog and be cold. You're creating an excuse. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. You were using the dog as an excuse to allow the behavior. Get yourself a dog. If you want a dog, get yourself a dog, but you do not share custody of the dog. The dog is not a child. You do not share custody of the dog. One of the two of you takes the dog, and that's it, and you move on. Because if you're using the dog as a connector to this person because you don't want to let them go, again, that is on you. If you have attachment anxiety with your boyfriend, it's because you're making your boyfriend your purpose, not your purpose your purpose. If you know what your purpose is, dive into your purpose. Your purpose is, dive into your purpose and make that your purpose. If you don't, get custom made. Figure out what your purpose is and make your purpose and not your relationship your purpose. Your relationship is the icing on your cake. It is not your life. Did you say one of your books was going to be audio? Yes. Fix that shit. Fix that shit. The foreword is in my podcast, by the way. My boyfriend of 2 years suddenly won't let me drink with my friends. I rarely do. He says he'll leave. You say to him, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. I will not be in a relationship with somebody who tries to control me. If this is how you want to be in a relationship, this is not the relationship you need to be in, because I'm not going to be in a relationship with somebody who treats me like a child. Where do I buy your books? You can buy them on Amazon or anywhere you buy books online. If you do Amazon.com, if you're in the US, there's a link to Amazon in the link tree in my bio. It's going to take you straight to where my books are. You can go buy my books there. I love Fix That Shit. I will get custom made. Yes, my love. Good, good, good. I love you. I love it. If he still needs to heal from his past relationship, he's not ready for a new relationship. Don't pick up a wounded bird. He says it's because, listen, okay. So he says it's because of past trauma with alcoholic parents, and that's why you're not allowed to drink with friends. Your response to that is these are your emotional issues to deal with. You don't get to take your past and use it as an excuse to be controlling in your relationship. If you need to go get help to deal with your past, then you do that. But you don't get to use that to try and control me and try to start and have a parent-child relationship. I will not be in that kind of relationship. And if that's the kind of relationship you want, somebody who is compliant to controlling behavior, then you need to be with someone else, because that's not going to be me. Somebody said you're cutthroat, and I love it. Thank you for being so helpful and kind. Yes, my love. Yes. Do you have a book to help with insecurity? They all do. All do. You're so welcome, my love. I got the scripts. Can't wait to be custom made and say yes to goodness. Yes, on Kindle Unlimited. Go for it. Now's the time. A couple of them are going off Kindle Unlimited in December, and the last two are going off Kindle Unlimited in January. So if you guys want to read those books for free, go do that now, because this is a window of opportunity that is closing. Is it weird that he asked me to wear perfume? No. When my husband was first coming to see me, I did ask him to wear cologne. And in fact, I went with him to the mall, and I picked out 5 different colognes. And I picked out 5 different colognes. I sprayed one here, and I picked out 5 different colognes. I sprayed one here, one on the back, or was it? Anyways, I sprayed like 5 different places on him. And then I wrote down on a piece of paper which cologne I sprayed in which place. And then we had a Cinnabon, because, like cologne, perfume, it takes about 20 minutes for it to adjust to your chemicals. And then you know how it smells. So we had a Cinnabon, and then I smelled all the different spots, and I picked my favorite one, and we went back and he bought it. So it's not weird to ask somebody to wear a scent because you like the smell of a scent on a person. How do you accept being single, stop worrying about men, and not being in a relationship? You do get No More Assholes and do what's in that book, because it starts with calming your mind. You're talking about being worried. That is an overabundance of stress and anxiety. So calm your mind by doing what's in No More Assholes. It also teaches you what to look for in a relationship so that you are more confident in the dating world, which is important because a good man wants you to be confident. A good man definitely, oh, gosh, it's midnight. A good man wants you to be confident. An insecure man wants you to be controllable. How can I be the most attractive girl in the room? Be the most confident girl in the room. Absolutely be the most confident girl in the room, and you will be the sexiest girl in the room. Oh, you will be the sexiest girl in the room. Ooh la la. So much love. What's the question? Best friend and I had a falling out. I want to reach out to apologize and be a better friend. Advice. Yes. So, here's what you do. You are going to write a 3-part apology. I'm sorry for the specific behaviors that you know you could have done better. I realized that how this affected her emotionally. This is my plan for making sure I don't do this again. Once you've written all that out, you can send it to her, release the outcome, let her decide for herself if this is a healing step. How do I get a one-on-one with you? There is a button to that in the link tree in my bio. So go to my bio, click on the link tree. There's a one-on-one button. Click that. It takes you to a page where you purchase your session. Once you purchase your session, you go back to that page and you click on the link to book your session, and then you book yourself in. Tips for LGBTQ dating. That's a good question. I would still use the no kissing for 3 months dating rule, because this is all about vetting for a relationship. Don't rush into a relationship. Anybody who's seriously looking for a relationship and seriously thinks they see potential in you is okay with getting to know you first. There's no need to rush. Because if you're looking for a relationship, you're like, there's no need to rush. Because if you're looking for a relationship, you're like, I'm planning the next 30, 40, 50, 60 years with you. And 3 months is nothing to see if this is the right decision for us to step into this. Don't forget, no kissing doesn't mean no affection. It is okay to be affectionate. And fuck anybody who looks at you guys sideways. I had this conversation the other day on my live. I'm serious. Make your bubble. Make your bubble, and don't let anybody affect your bubble ever. They have no right. They can think what they want to think. They have no right to infiltrate your bubble. So don't notice people. I saw the most beautiful video on TikTok. I love that they caught this, and that they not only showed it, but they replayed this certain part in slow motion. And it was like they were like at Disneyland or something, and there was like a child that was about 4, maybe 5 years old, dressed up in like, it was like Gone with the Wind. It was like a white frilly dress with a white wide brim hat, and it was so super cute. And there was this young couple, they were like mid-20s, and the girl was like, she's so cute, and the person who's videotaping says he's a he, but thank you. And the couple was like, oh, and they were so happy that this little boy was dressed in a dress. This is what you may notice, right? Give yourself permission to notice the people who support you, but fuck the people who don't. You got blinders to those ones. They don't compute. They don't exist. Be in your bubble and be you, and find the right one. Take your time. Take your time. My husband waited so long for me to see him. Take your time. Wish I had your books on Audible. I am gonna make my books audiobooks. I will. I'm working on that. So the 3-part apology, I'm sorry for the behavior. Specific behavior, get detailed, show them that you understand. This is how, like, I'm sorry for the behavior. I realize that the way that it affected them emotionally. Be detailed. Show them you understand. This is my plan for making sure I don't do this again. Exercises to feel less insecure when he mentions other girls or compliments harmlessly. Come take my No More Insecurity course. It starts with meditation though. Really starts with meditation. How much are they? What is they? Sorry guys, when you fracture your questions, I get lost. If you feel this is something, they're with an ex, but you're not ready. Is it worth the wait? Never wait. Nobody is worth the wait. You never wait. My girlfriend is ignoring me and not talking to me. She won't tell me what's wrong. Should I give her space? Yes. I do love your podcast. Yay. Miss Cornelius, did you listen to the foreword to fix that shit? Has anybody listened to the foreword to fix that shit? I don't have a code for ordering my books, but you can read 4 of them free on Kindle Unlimited. Make sure you have Kindle on your device and then download the 30-day free trial, and you can literally read them for free and then just undo the trial at 29 days. The session is $125 for a voice, like a voice only. And then we do that on Zoom. How can I tell if I'm being understanding or a doormat? Read Fix That Shit. It's going to help you understand. But it's about being, read Fix That Shit. It's really going to help you sort your feelings out. And that's the important thing, right? It's understanding the difference between valid feelings and unnecessary feelings. The difference between intuition and anxiety. You have to start meditating because it calms your mind and it makes it more clear. And it's a lot easier to understand behaviors, your behaviors, their behaviors, emotions, your emotions, their emotions. You guys really need to start meditating. You will understand yourself better, which you need to do. You need to understand yourself better. I have a really important question. It has to be like a short and sweet. I guess I'm getting Kindle. You're awesome. Yay. Guys, apparently most of you can get a notification when I go live. Thank you. So if you guys want a notification when I go live, you do have to be following me. Once you're following me, click my picture. There's going to be a pop-up at the bottom, and then you're going to see a bell in the bottom right-hand corner. I didn't do a live yesterday because I taught a class. I did a 2-hour class. I was talked out. I had energy after the class, but I was hungry, and then I ate, and I was like, okay, I'm tired. So, yes. Who's doing the notification thing? Who is clicking on the little bell in the corner? Here. Hello, Kelly. Me. I am. Awesome sauce. I did. Me. Awesome. Scroll up to my question. Repost it, my love. Already did. Earth Cookie. Yes, you did. Yes, Cornelius. I feel controlled because he doesn't like to spend as much time with my family. No, you can go spend time with your family. So listen, you can go spend time with your family. I do a ton of stuff solo without my man. Now, if your man says you can't go without him, that's controlling, and then you got to dump the motherfucker. But I go to parties. I fucking do all night raves. Not so much anymore because I'm almost 50 and I'm kind of like, well, of course you can't now anyway. Um, but I kind of, got to the age where I just didn't like the club scene so much anymore. Um, but yeah, like parties, get-togethers, dinners, all kinds of things without my man. I go solo, visit family without my man. Um, if your man says you can't do things without me and then he doesn't want to do those things, he got to go. How do I meditate? So go to my YouTube channel, go to my Let's Meditate playlist. There's a little tutorial in the beginning, and then you can go to the 10-minute love signal if you don't know where to start, but watch that little tutorial. I really care about her and want to be with her, but she doesn't trust me for some reason. Ask her why. I try to do things that are enjoyable for me, but my boyfriend says I take too long, so I stop for him, but get sad. So don't stop for him, my love. If he's gonna critique you for taking care of yourself, he doesn't belong in your life. Here to say hi again, introducing you to my sister. She needed some of your wisdom like I did. Ah, Avocado. Hello, my love. Hello, Avocado sister. Avocado, what's your sister's name? How do I know if he truly loves me? He'll wait 3 months for a first kiss. My sis feels stuck in a mentally abusive relationship. What can I do to help her realize he's crap? Get her a copy of No More Assholes. Open it up to the 12 character traits. You obviously have different love languages. Ah. I let my 88-year-old mom watch you to show her TikTok. Hi, Mom. Kelly, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. That's super cute. What does your mom say, Kelly? I don't agree with the going alone to family stuff all the time. You don't have to. You don't have to. You're here for my opinion. You don't have to like it. You obviously have different love languages. No, my love, I have freedom. That's what I have. I have freedom. I have freedom. I have freedom. And that's what everybody should have in a relationship. Everybody should have freedom. Well, you guys have different love languages. Maybe one of you is quality time. But even if someone's love language is quality time, it doesn't mean they should hold the other person back, because love is freedom. Love is having an open hand, not a clenched hand over somebody, right? That's not love, that's control. It's I'm uncomfortable, so I'm going to put you in a box for me. But that's not love. Love is a verb. Love is what you do for the other person. If you going to visit your family makes me feel uncomfortable, love as a verb means I'm going to meditate to reduce my anxiety. Love is a verb. Love is always what you do so you can help the other person be happy. If you want to go visit your family, I'm not going to put you in a box in the closet so you stay home with me. I'm going to say, go visit your family. I'm going to meditate so I deal with my emotions. Love is a verb, and relationships should include freedom, not control. Hello, love. Gabrielle. Did you always have freedom with your husband, or how did he introduce work on that? So I always have freedom with my husband, and that's how I learned that freedom is valuable. My husband values freedom, so he always gave it to me because he always wanted it. The number one relationship rule is it's not fair to ask for anything you're not willing to do first. This man is my muse. He really is amazing. He really did teach me a lot, but not because he tried, simply because I observed him. So he wanted his freedom, which meant he gave me freedom. I didn't want freedom. I didn't want freedom because I wanted to control him, right? Like when you think about what it is that you're not, I wanted him to tell me where he was at all times. So you know what I did? I told him where I was at all times. I wanted him to tell me who he talked to at all times. So you know what I did? I told him who I talked to at all times. And it wasn't necessary for him. I told him who I talked to at all times. And it wasn't necessary for him. He didn't need to know that. But I did, and that's why I gave it. And then I gave him shit for not giving it back. But I realized that what I was doing was being manipulative. I was insecure, and I was vomiting that into the relationship in a manipulative fashion, and then causing fights with him because he wasn't giving me back what I was giving him. But what I was giving him was coming from a place of insecurity, not from a place of confidence. When I became confident, I was able to offer freedom. And it was amazing. I love not feeling like I have to tell him everybody I talk to and what the conversation was. It is so liberating. It is super liberating. I live by your advice. Yes. Can I do the no kissing rule with my boyfriend of 5 years to try and reconnect emotionally? Not to try and reconnect emotionally. I would do that to look for the change. Don't get back with an ex unless you see change. And don't get back unless you redefine your next relationship. And stand by what you redefine, being objective, by the way. Don't redefine your next relationship trying to wrap it around him because you want it to be him. Don't do that. Don't fool yourself. Is it normal to not talk to my SO every day? It is quite okay. My husband went to Florida for a week. We did not talk every day. I went to Florida for 3 months. We did not talk every day. It is okay to not talk every day. It is also okay to talk every day. But if you don't talk every day and you're okay with that and they're okay with that, that's okay. I don't know how I can have me be a priority. Work comes before you. If you're trying to come before work, that's not functional. Work comes first, and then you are a balance, not a priority. You don't come before balance. We need to have balance in our lives. My husband is balanced with my friends and my alone time and my playtime with my dogs and my work. My work is my priority because I'm building something here. I have a purpose, I have a mission, and I have a supportive man who stands behind me and is like, all right, you go girl, I'm proud of you. So, and I stand behind my man and I say, you go my man, I am proud of you for what you're building. That is awesome. Now, aside from work, it's my husband and friends and my alone time, my meditation, my walks, my dog. From work, It's my husband and friends and my alone time, my meditation, my walks, my dogs. It's from work, my meditation, my walks, my dogs. It's my hobbies, my reading. It's what I want to do. But if my man said, I don't want you to do those things because I need to come first, I'd be like, we could do date night, but you don't take precedence over everything. Like, I get to have a life too. You glow and smile every time you talk about your husband. Yes, I love that man. I love that man. I love what he's done for me. I love how sacrificing he is. I love how selfless he is. I love how generous he is. I love how loving he is, how affectionate he is, how goofy and funny he is. I love how much he tries. I love how sensitive he is. He is the poor man. Like, I was impatient the other night. I gave him a poopy face when I asked him how his night was, and he gave me a sarcastic answer because I just wasn't in the mood. Because I design my own websites, and I was having trouble aligning things, and so I was still working at it, and he went to sleep, and I didn't cuddle him to sleep. So at 3:00 in the morning, he poked his head in the office because he was shook. He couldn't sleep well. He couldn't sleep well because he was shook because I gave him a poopy face. I can feel your positive energy virtually. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. I don't doubt that for a second. Because we infect each other with our frequency, and time and space has no boundary whatsoever on frequency. This is why when you think about a friend, a minute later you get a text message from them, and either you sent them a mental message and they went, yep, time to text, or they were sending you a message while they were texting, one or the other. But there is nothing between us. One or the other, but there is nothing between us. There is absolutely nothing between us. Absolutely nothing between us. We do infect each other. What are the questions I should ask myself before breaking up for real? Do pros and cons. Do you have any suggestions for making time for each other with busy lives and work schedules? Make the minutes count. You have minutes here and there. Make them count. This is great. I find people respect me more since I've allowed myself to be vulnerable. Yes, awesome. Be you. Be 100% you. My ex and I are trying to work things out. Should we get a session with you? I suggest you can get a session with me, right? I don't need both of you to help the two of you. I don't. I just need one person to help the two of you as a couple. Is there a difference if you feel like your SO is obsessive over work? Listen, their work should be their purpose and their passion. It's okay. It's okay for somebody to have a purpose that is not you. It's okay for you to be the icing on their cake. It is absolutely okay. That is healthy. That is okay. When we were early Homo sapien, cavemen and cave women, right? Cavemen and cave women. Do you know what came before the relationship? Food and shelter. So food and shelter is the purpose. Food and shelter is the passion. And the relationship is the icing on the cake. But here's the thing. We now have a wide variety of things that we can choose. That's food and shelter. We can make our interest. And that's how it was in early Homo sapien, by the way. Like the person who was interested in hunting, who had a passion for hunting, who was talented at hunting, was the hunter. The person who was talented at fishing was the fisher. The person who was talented at leading was the leader. The person who was talented at healing was the healer, right? This is how we can be. Again, we don't have to be drones. We don't have to be drones. This is what custom made is all about. It is about getting paid for what you are good at, because we should be getting paid for what we love to do. How do I know if I'm happy in my relationship? Gotta fix that shit and figure it out. Do what's in that book. It's a manual. Even when you're supposed to have your own time together and they're always on their work phone. Like I am. Like I am. You know, because like virtual stuff is my work life, right? Social media is my work life. So, you know, what do you understand about his business? I work probably 100 hours a week. Because I'm building something. So I am very passionate about what I'm building. I would go on vacation with my husband and he would be on his phone answering emails so that the business wouldn't fall apart. My husband and he would be on his phone answering emails so that the business wouldn't fall apart while he wasn't there. What do you understand about your man's business? Do you understand his passion? Do you understand his ambition? Do you understand what he is trying to create? Are you okay with that? If you're okay with what he's trying to create, it comes with the behaviors that create it. If you are not okay with all of that, you are in the wrong relationship. You know, anybody that I'm around who, you know, like I remember I was spending time with a guy who said I should spend less time on my phone. And I was like, no, I shouldn't. I'm working. So that person wasn't for me. That person was not for me. I understand that my husband, like, guys, it's 12:35. He's not home yet. I understand that. I'm okay with that because I understand what he's trying to do. I understand the goals he has, and I understand what he tells himself he needs to do in order to achieve those goals. And so I step back and I go, baby, you do your thing. And I support him through that, just like he supports me through my goals. But listen, if your ambition is here and his ambition is here and it bothers you, this gap bothers you because you want more time, which is hard to get from an ambitious person. Because, you know, like, if you could ride the ride with them, right? So you were there, you were supporting, you make the minutes count, and you're like, you go, I'm proud of you, you see what they're creating, you see what they're achieving, and you're proud of that, then this is a great relationship to be in, because eventually it slows down and you benefit from what they've built in the interim. But if you need your time now, if you need your marshmallow now, then you need a person who eats their marshmallow now rather than sacrifice one marshmallow today for 2 marshmallows tomorrow. And that's okay. Not everybody is for everybody. If he's playing on his phone, if it's games and social media, that's something else, right? And maybe you need to leave that person too, because he's just not interested in being present when he's in your presence. But if it's work, it's a sacrifice of 1 marshmallow today versus 2 marshmallows tomorrow. Ooh, the guy I'm seeing says he wants to fix things in his life before starting a relationship. Do not kiss that one. Do not have sex with that one. Say, okay. Okay, absolutely. You got to do what you got to do. And then you stop seeing them. You let them do their thing and you continue looking for somebody who's going to get in a relationship with you. Thank you for helping me understand that. My boyfriend works almost all the time. It used to upset me. Yes, it doesn't need to. He's not just doing this for him, right? Like it's an us thing. And if you can see it as an us thing and make those minutes count, do that love language quiz and understand how to make the minutes count. Understand his love language. Look for ways that he exercises that with you. Maybe it's physical affection, and when he's with you, he's always touching your leg, he's always reaching for your hand, that kind of thing. Acts of service, he's always making sure that your car is in order. Just look for how he may be using his love language. Hello, Angelique. You guys are cute. My phone closed off. My phone closed out of my TikTok, and my mom was like, "Hey, I was listening to that." Super cute. Hello, Mama Angelique. What if because past girls he doesn't want to simp for me, even though I treated him better, been with him longer? So what does he mean by simp for you? And by the way, nobody should be using their past experiences as a reason to be a douche, right? Or controlling or anything negative, right? Like your answer to that is, I'm not going to be in a relationship where I pay for someone else's behavior. Either you are in the moment with me or I'm in the wrong relationship. You want to find out if somebody loves you, then you say, look, I'm not going to be with you if you're not going to be the right partner for me. And then stand by that. I love him and he says he loves me. Yay. You're amazing and very smart. Thank you. What can I do if he doesn't prioritize his work enough? What you're going to say to him is, I need to be in a relationship with somebody that I can build a life with. And that means being hardworking while we are young and strong, so that when we are older and not so strong, we have enough assets and money that we can relax. So we need to be long-term thinkers. So this is the financial goal that we need to have. Owning a home. We need to start saving on a monthly basis in order to achieve that long-term goal. I need somebody who's going to do this with me. If that's not you, that's okay. I will find that person, but I need to know if you are on this journey with me. Together 20 years, that's good. In a long-term relationship, 2 kids. Oh, she's been unfaithful. Ooh. I would suggest a coaching session. That kind of thing is not a quickie answer. Funny, you said about making sure my car is working good. He's an automotive tech. Does he take care of your car? I had a recent passing and didn't receive any empathy in a hard time. Was I right to break it off? Sometimes people, they don't know. Listen, if it's hard, right? Going through grief is hard. If my sister passed away, by the way, when I was 17 and she was 21, I didn't know how to ask for comfort, and people didn't know how to help me through my grief. So I would not have made that the reason to break it off. With somebody. abuse or outgrowing somebody, not being compatible with somebody, that would be a bigger reason. But not understanding how to support through grief when you don't know maybe how to ask for support, and I mean being specific, right? Like, I need you to put your arms, don't know maybe how to ask for support, and I mean being specific, right? Like, I need you to put your arms around me and tell me everything is, and I mean being specific, right? Like, I need you to put your arms around me and tell me everything is going to be okay. I need you to put your arms around me and tell me I'm so sorry for what's happening. Being specific, not saying I need you to be supportive. What the fuck does that mean? What does it mean for you? Because being supportive is vague. You have to be specific. When you need something from your partner, you must be specific. When you buy a board game, if the instructions on the board game were sit down and play the game, you'd be like, well, how? Right? You need to be board game specific when you need something from your partner so that they know what to do, because they just don't. They just don't. I literally, in order to teach my husband how to comfort me, I finally figured it out. I said, baby, I need to vent right now, and I need you to not say anything. And when I'm done, I need you to put your arms around me and tell me everything is going to be okay. And when I was done talking, I would then say, okay, baby, now I need you to put your arms around me and tell me everything is going to be okay. Specific. Like, let them know what you need them to do before. Let them know when it's time for them to do that thing you told them you needed them to do. And by the way, I am sorry for your loss, because that does suck. And you will always suffer for it. Always. Grief never goes away. You will always have moments where you think about that person and you wonder what your relationship would be like today. And there may be a point in your life later on down the road where it comes back and smacks you in the face. And all I can say is make sure you do your crying. Do it now or do it later, but I suggest you do it now. Make sure you let yourself cry. It is so important to let yourself have your emotions. It is super important. I lost my sister when I was 17. I didn't know how to grieve. And in my late 30s, it came and it smacked me in the face. And I still didn't know how to grieve. And it took me a few years of being hella dysfunctional before realizing I needed to let myself cry. So if you are in a relationship with a controlling person, you need to leave that relationship. There's 12 character traits that help you define if somebody is a selfish short-term thinker or a generous long-term thinker, and you will find them all in No More Assholes. Yeah, loss sucks. It does. I've been asking for specific things from my boyfriend and he doesn't do them and gets angry when I ask. What are the specific things? My man said he wanted 5 years for me, but when we started dating, he only wants to do it. My boyfriend is messaging girls and wanting relationships with them. Dump him. He gots to go. You have to dump him. You have to read No More Assholes. Married? Yeah. Together 15 years. 9th wedding anniversary in January. You're welcome. Hello, Nick. You don't need to be afraid. Your guy is messaging other girls and wanting relationships with them. I'm scared he'll leave. No, 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 no. You're thinking backwards, my love. You are thinking backwards. You should not be afraid that he's going to leave. You should be afraid that you are going to stay in a relationship with somebody like that. That should be your bigger fear. You need to have the courage to say, no, this is not what I want. This is not the relationship I want to be in. I'm dumping you because I need to raise my self-esteem and not be afraid of letting go of somebody who is looking for the attention of other women. You need to get no more assholes, my love. You need to dump him and get no more assholes. You need to level up. It doesn't matter how long it's been. It doesn't matter how long it's been. I will not stay in a relationship with somebody who's seeking the attention of other women. If I found out my husband was seeking the attention of other women, I would go to him and I would say, that's not what I signed up for. If that's what you want to do, you are free to go do it. I am no longer with you. What's a good time frame to say I love you in a new relationship? I'd say 6 months. So, 3 months to have the honeymoon period, which is like the flush, and then 3 months to settle into the reality phase and actually really understand each other more deeply. Because those first 3 months, by the way, you should be doing no kissing for 3 months. You should be doing no kissing for 3 months, and then give it another 3 months to really know each other deeper. How do you know if you're compatible with someone? Write down everything you like to do, write down everything they like to do, and look for the similarities. I tend to be passive aggressive because I don't like to hurt feelings. Any tips? Yeah, I do suggest you meditate. Meditate, because that's going to reduce some of those things that you're bothered by, that you're being passive aggressive about. And then, like if you're doing this in a all your relationships, by the way, like we all need good functional relationship tools. You do need to do what is and fix that shit so that you can be functional in your interpersonal relationships. This is the relationship manual. This is how you relationship. I love the feedback I get on this book because people who do what's in this book, they leave, go read the Amazon reviews. They're beautiful. My children are better behaved. It helped my relationships with other people too. Children are better behaved. It helped my relationships with other people too. You need to do what is and fix that shit to get rid of this passive aggressiveness. Dating in this generation is terrible. There are plenty of amazing relationships because there are plenty of amazing people, but your mindset will definitely get in your way. If I had told myself, writing my first book, this book is shitty, nobody's gonna read it, I never would have even finished it. I certainly wouldn't have written a second book, but I opened myself up to the possibility that people would lean into what I said. And so I kept writing because the book ideas kept coming. And I just went, okay, I believe, I have faith. I believe and I have faith. And let me tell you guys, it took years and years and years. I started writing in 2015. I published my first book in 2016, January 2016. I wrote 8 books in 3 years. I published my last book in 2019. I spent 1 year talking about my books. And my books are now selling. But, the whole time that I was writing about my books, I was promoting them. I did a full year of book touring in 2018. A full year, you guys. Oh my God, that was rough. I did a full year of book touring in 2018. And, I never gave up. I had months where I sold 1 book. I had months where I sold 0 books. I never gave up. I never gave up. I had faith. And as long as you have faith and you keep moving forward, you will achieve what it is that you want. But it starts here. It starts with what you're telling yourself. So, yes, if you tell yourself dating is shitty and everybody's shitty and all the good ones are taken, that is your reality, because your reality is your perception. Your brain is your perception center. So certainly the words that you're feeding up in there affects your perception. So the most amazing man can be standing right in front of you and you don't even see him because you're telling yourself they don't exist. Oh no, I just bought Fix That Shit. I'm so sad I won't get it till December 3rd. Uh, Start reading Feature Rocks. Super cute. How long did it take you to write your first book? About six months. I'd say probably about 6 months, like from, like really sitting down and writing it, rereading it several times, the editing process, all of that, putting the cover together, getting the formatting done. Probably took me about 6 months. Once I did the first one, it rolled along a lot easier for the next ones because I got used to the process. And yeah, I got used to the process, and I really got into writing 2,000 words a day, which, because in the beginning I was writing 500 words a day, and then I started writing 2,000 words a day, and then it sped up the process. But like this one, No More Assholes, this has 4 editions. Man, my first edition. Ooh, there's a lot of swear words in that one. I'm goal oriented. I have big dreams, but she can't see past right now all the time.